Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
When last we left our heroes, Orin had been hit by the third black arrow.
No.
And no, not Orin.
The other elf. The other one.
The other elf. Yeah. Lavellus, it's hard to tell.
We don't even look alike.
All you elves look alike.
Look at we have icons.
I know, and also how tall is Orin? Because I think Orin is almost
Fucking
human
tall.
size.
No, taller than that.
Oh, you think human? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I like the idea that you could not mistake a high elf for a woad.
There's a reason why we're called high elves.
Yeah. It's because you're yeah.
Because you're always high.
Because I'm on the drugs.
So you see Lavellus hit by the third black arrow, and she flashes over into a shadow form, and then that shadow just gets blown away into the wind, and she disappears. And then while Sir Vanazor is howling his despair at his second teammate wiped out, in the time it takes that howl to finish and then echo off the walls of the Bloodskull Hobgoblin Watchtower, Llevelys reappears in the doorway, and she's different. She has a ruby right arm, and she is holding in her hands a cantaloupe-sized ruby. Period. a cantaloupe-sized ruby. And
what sized?
A cantaloupe-sized ruby.
It's a rock melon.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
That's okay, I'll translate.
Rock melon?
I don't know what that is.
It's a melon that looks like a rock. I mean, come on now.
Okay.
Do you guys have different cantaloupes than us?
Yeah, I guess that.
Well, that's interesting. So is everybody still around? Like all the bad dudes?
Yep. Yeah, and I'm going to give you guys some out of combat opportunities to do what you want to do, while the Hobgoblin war leader in here, while Blooddrinker Vryn is getting ready to marshal his forces. So you can see through the doorway, you can see Blooddrinker Vryn shouting upstairs and telling his guys to wait, hang on, you don't speak Hobgoblin, but it's evident that he is getting ready to take his warband on the road. And first we're going to organize it. So while he's doing that, what do you assholes do?
Well, that's a bit of a turn up for the books, right? We watch Llevelys disappear, and literally half a second later, or a second later, she reappears with a ruby arm. I mean,
is that some
very
kind of
badly wounded?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm covered in blood. Not all mine, but a lot of it.
Do you look like now that you're back, do you look like you're confused or about where you are that you have come back?
No. Clarity. I mean, I don't know what anyone else is doing, but I'm spending my time running.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. If
you're in control of your dude.
Now that you got a ruby arm and shit like that, I couldn't tell if this was a turning of the tide kind of situation, and you're just gonna blast fools, or.
That's what I was thinking. When are you gonna start firing your lasers?
Yeah, I would love to. We gotta go.
I think the deal is to flee, to escape.
Yeah, we were already on the move, so.
Yeah.
All right, we keep going.
Seeing that Lavellus is still on the retreat.
How far do you guys want to retreat?
Forever.
Well, I don't think
I do.
You just want to run until you drop?
I mean, basically, but I would like to save against this bleed damage before I die.
I already removed it from you.
Yay! Cool. Okay, great. Then run till we drop is my
this
plan.
a situation where we can use a healing surge? This little interim.
Sure. Yeah, you can do it.
Oh no! Wait! No! Run for fewer than 10 minutes.
Okay.
What happens in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes, time runs out.
Okay.
Hey, we'll run for 9 minutes.
I mean, okay. As we're running, Matt.
Well, let's just hang on. Let's just get clear of the tower, and
they gotta come.
I'm just gonna apply a healing surge real quick. Because we got the okay for that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Do I have any?
Yeah. Okay, I need one as well, I think, for sure.
We're all.
I do. Great. I love this.
Okay, I applied one.
And who's got Koh's body?
Vanasaur. Moi.
Okay.
As we're running.
Let's just get clear of the tower and like stop just for a minute to kind of, like, your arm is made out of rubies now.
Yeah, I don't know though. These hobgoblins are gonna come.
Your arm is made out of ruby now.
I don't know how long we're gonna. Can I, Matthew?
Yeah, I presume you mean me.
Yeah. Hi. As we're running, can I just ask, Romana, how do I implement the heart?
So you see, so while you guys are retreating, and running into the forest and trying to put a safe distance between you and the hobgoblins, Lavellus literally turns to her arm. And what did you ask exactly?
How do I implement the heart?
And you see her ruby arm lights running from the palm up to the shadow. Gold and white lights deep inside the solid ruby of her arm flash. And then a voice says, "Place the corpse on the ground and crush the heart of the beast." And that voice is a little bit muffled because it's coming from her right hand palm, which is currently pressed into the thing it's talking about.
Okay, well, as soon as we seem to have gotten enough space, I do that.
Here, let me give you guys a little bit of thing here. What's this? You guys can't see that. What the fuck is that? There we go.
Besides the ruby arm, does Lavellus otherwise look any different?
Lavellus? I don't think you look any different.
Not really. I mean, probably from an elven perspective, you might notice that my colors have probably drained a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to give you guys a place in space that you exist, so you're not just like
I recognize this map.
You're not just vaguely, you don't exist, just exist in the imagination. There. So this is you are now, quote unquote, clear of Bloodskull Tower.
Okay, cool.
Whew, okay.
Obviously, that's not going to last forever.
Right, can we hear him still, or are we far enough away?
Maybe like a little bubble moment where we can like talk about what just happened and like what's going on next with this heart thing.
If you listen, you can hear them. But otherwise, as soon as you like start talking, you're far enough away that any normal noise would mask them, and they're making a lot of noise. But if you stop and listen, you can hear them.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we gotta be quick.
Yeah, Vanasaur, if you could put the body on the ground.
Okay, doke.
And if someone who's much stronger than me could crush this and hand over the ruby.
It is shaped like a heart, not like a Valentine's Day heart, like an actual biological heart that you would find inside somebody's chest.
Whoa. Okay, so not like the Zelda hearts.
Correct.
Okay.
Who do you hand it to?
Greg's 20, I am. With a plus 5.
Mine's 20 as well, and I have an athletics thingy.
I mean, weirdly, I probably just place it on Koh's chest and just like say it needs to be crushed and like step back and let whoever steps in do it.
Okay. Well, I think I'll give it a go then.
There are sufficiently there's a sufficiently large rock nearby that you could put it on, and then a smaller rock that you could pick up to use to crush it.
Well, I think what I'm gonna do, because Koh is a Barrowman, right? And he's basically kind of made of rock. Is that I think I'm just gonna take his hands and hit both of his palms over the top of the ruby heart, and then just push down really hard to try and crush it that way. Feels appropriate, I guess. So should I roll
I mean, without just pushing is not going to do it. You need like I need
to smash
it. You
it?
need a lot of force. Yeah, you need to smash it. Yeah.
And Lavellus can't use, like, the ruby arm is not built for that kind of thing?
It's just.
Or I guess it's ruby and ruby, so
It's not. It's not. It's not. It does. I mean, that would be a Lavellus question, but it's not like. It doesn't have any. Lavellus' strength is the same.
As far as I can tell, its properties are not physical, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, no worries. So I'll just roll an athletics check.
Well, what's your current plan? Is I mean, you put the heart on Koh's chest.
I mean, flavor-wise, does it matter?
What do you mean?
Like, let's just say I'm using a rock, but
Okay,
like, is that just a flavor thing?
Yeah, go ahead and make a athletics check. Ooh,
Oh fuck!
that is not enough.
I do have a +10. I'm not strong enough.
So the Orin gives it a shot, but the ruby doesn't break.
They're all. I'll take a crack at it.
Go on, you have a go.
I'm gonna set it on a nearby rock and use the butt of my sword.
Well, that'll.
Whoa! Nice. Hell yes.
So I should point out that the heart, the ruby heart, is glowing. Zoga crushes it. It pulverizes into dust, and the dust is still glowing.
Right. Well, we're all looking at Lavellus now.
And then you see the lights. Well, actually, the lights don't need to flash. You see the. And now that she's not holding it anymore, you can see that in her palm, there's like a blue light that lights up, and it lights up in time with the voice that you hear that comes from the arm.
As soon as it speaks, I duck in and I scoop up all the dust and I start pouring it into Koh's mouth. Tip back his head into sort of a, that CPR position.
Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna take a step back. I think Zoga might be a little bit cautiously freaked out by
Hell yeah. Yeah. CPR.
Ruby magic CPR.
Can we hear this Remainer voice?
Yep.
Or is that just... Yeah,
It sounds like
coming from
it sounds a
Lavellus'
little bit
arm?
It's literally coming from the palm of Lavellus' ruby arm. And it sounds like, well, my voice when I do it, except like really heavily stepped on, almost like a vocoder, like a really bad audio tape recording.
Block the nasal passageway and breathe a full breath into the corpse.
Immediately do it.
All right. You see Koh's chest expand as Lavellus breathes the ruby dust into his lungs, and Koh's eyes open.
Hell yeah.
Hello?
So
Hello.
now, what I would like,
Want to chat?
so Lavellus, or I guess I should say Dale, this process leaves a visual indicator in Koh, and it's up to you to tell me what it is.
Ooh. Interesting.
Koh, you are breathing again. You woke up as though from an oblivion-like sleep. And it's actually a little bit hard to breathe. Your throat, it feels really constricted. You're disoriented.
Oh, wow.
I'm stealing this from someone. This was a good idea that I liked in the MCDM Discord. Someone suggested that, there's that sort of art form where broken vases are fixed with gold so that you can really see the cracks.
Yeah, Tom knows what that's called, I think.
Oh yeah.
Shit. It does have a name. It has a name.
It's like a Japanese thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of
Kintsugi.
just highlights... Yeah, that. And it just sort of highlights where something has been broken and put back together again. Someone suggested that the crack on Koh's face now is sort of filled in with the ruby light that was sort of on the heart.
That is dope.
That's so fucking cool.
Koh, you're alive.
That
Yay!
What do I see? Where am I? Should I join Fantasy Grounds?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm checking for updates.
I've never been so excited to check for updates.
There aren't any. Here we go. What do I see?
You see the party standing around you. You're lying down. You very desperately need something to drink. I don't mean like alcohol. I mean like literally you're having a hard time breathing and swallowing. It feels like your throat is covered in dust.
Does anybody have any milk?
Yeah, I'm just making that noise.
I've got my never-ending.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. When in doubt.
Yeah, what is it? My cask of liquid gold. I can give you a drink. Yeah.
Yeah, I make some space.
Savannah saw move forward, donk, and step on Koh's head, so I'll move back to her. And, give him a bit of whatever I make from it. What is it again? Dwarven ale from my cask of liquid gold. Here you go, Koh.
So I look
Have
up.
you back, my friend.
Koh, make a perception check when you get a chance.
Me?
Yeah, when you get a chance.
Okay. I would imagine that this is probably the first time I've woken up to have all of the party standing around me, and it's dawning on me how maybe a little bit nightmarish they all look together.
Rude. Wow.
It's basically like
like a week.
when you were a baby Koh, this would have been like a bunch of monsters.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Koh, you notice that Lavellus looks different.
How does she look different?
Lavellus, how do you look different than you used to?
You know, I mean, maybe you wouldn't notice that I'm a little paler than before, but I am definitely covered in blood. I've got some arrows sticking out of me, some of the black arrows. I also have blood that is not mine because it's kind of glittery, painted on my face, kind of like Zoga's war paint, different pattern, but definitely war paint. And my right arm is entirely made of ruby.
The memes now make sense.
The memes make sense. All has been revealed.
So I finish drinking. Well, I guess I can't finish drinking, but I'm satisfied with the amount that I've drunk from this flask. And I slowly kind of clasp it and screw the cap back on and hand it to Vanasaur. And I just kind of, with that, I've just woken up. So Koh's voice is probably like 3 octaves lower than usual, just kind of like this rumbling thunder. And I ask,
Literally gravelly.
literally, yeah, just the dust comes out as I talk.
When you talk, the dust that comes out is ruby dust.
Oh,
That makes sense.
strange.
But it's not glowing anymore. You'll be glad to know.
And I look at Lavellus and I say, what happened to your arm?
What are you talking about? My arms always look like this.
That is a good question.
I didn't mention that the ruby arm is missing the ring finger and the pinky finger.
That's true.
I only have
If
three
you
fingers.
look closely, you can see what appear to be like sockets where those fingers should be.
Yeah. It's my So it's my right arm. And oh man. Well.
Please tell me you've been thinking about how to describe what happened.
Has no one asked you this yet?
No, we had other priorities.
It's a question really of how to start and where to start. Well, we have suspected for a long time that those black arrows are, a way of transporting yourself. And it turns out, heck, we were right. Yeah. Okay. So I was shot and I found myself in the land of the Shadow Elves. Alone, the tower destroyed, the world desolate and grey. And I became the prey of a beast, wicked and relentless, which hunted me through the Duskwoad. By the glow of ancient and sacred herbs and brilliant red beams which cut through the mists, I fled to the citadel and discovered there the warm gaze of my master, the Burner Prince. Bound there by some ill magic, the price of his freedom was the heart of that same dread hunter, and I rejoiced to claim it for him. But he offered me a boon in gratitude, swore an oath to me before he knew that he was composing his own epilogue. I was gifted this arm, but to return Koh's spirit, Eileen had to give the heart to me. Your life is the last great gift of Eileen, the last gift he will ever impart.
Fucking hell.
Whoa. Goodness.
Nuts.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Well, holy crap. I mean, Zoga's just like, just in shock at all of this.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, technically, more properly speaking, the arm is called the last remaining heartbeat of the Sun Elves, but they don't seem to be minding me calling them Remainer. Oh, yeah, also, I found some stuff while I was there. I don't just bring back bounty for myself, and I sort of I wear this sort of little, I don't know, capelet thing around my neck most of the time, and I just pull that off and make like a little sort of mini blanket on the ground, and I lay out on the blanket. Let's see, I gotta get these numbers right. There's sort of 2 fronds of a fern, which I suspect aren't quite so glowy in this lighting.
No, in fact, their bioluminescence is slowly but recognizably fading.
Right. I lay out a red pear, sort of shaped fruit. It's not a pear, but it's, approximately, it's similar to a pear. And I lay out 4 white berries. And I think specifically the berries. Wait, I'm gonna do a whisper at Orin for a minute.
Okay. I'm ready.
Power!
Do I know I died?
I don't know.
Can I? Well,
I don't think it's obvious.
I died? Where are we right now?
We're in
Right, because the last thing
we're
you
in the
would have...
woad outside of the tower.
Right, that's the last thing you would have known, right? Getting smashed unconscious in the tower.
Did we
I
win?
don't think Koh remembers the last couple of things that happened before his death.
Right.
Well, we'll catch him up then. We were laying siege to this. Well, not laying siege, but we were storming this hobgoblin tower. Do you remember that?
Do I remember that?
Do you remember that?
It's up to you what you remember, Koh.
I feel like I remember Zoga's voice, and that's the last thing.
Well,
I remember going into the tower, and I remember Vanazor there. And I remember hearing Zoga shout, and going that way. And then I woke up. Did I dream?
No.
That's a DM question. Did I dream?
No.
No. Terrifying.
Traditionally, you would have spent some time in a giant white room with a sign on it saying "Resurrection Pending," but that's a bit more old school than I'm willing to do right now.
Connection lost.
Did we win?
I mean, if you're asking these questions to Zoga at all, he's just like eyes kind of like glazed over, and he's like touching your shoulder, just kind of in awe of the fact that you're standing here again.
I touch your shoulder back. How long has it been?
Oh, like
I
maybe,
need the answer to that question as well.
Maybe a minute,
Yeah,
2
right.
minutes.
No.
Orin, the closest we have in 4th edition to medicine is a heal check. Could you do me a favor, make a heal check?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just roll it like normal.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, yeah.
I am trained.
Is there anything after that roll?
Yeah, do we know what that roll means, or?
Roll. What are you talking about? continue.
Okay, let's. I don't know if this is. Where are we at, right? How far away are we? If we take a moment, what do we hear now? Like, if I try and listen back towards the tower.
You're in. Well, I mean, this is an interlude. This is an interlude.
Okay.
Right? The plot's not gonna. The plot's not gonna advance until you guys just make a decision.
Gotcha.
Well, so here's a fun fact about these fruits and plants that I brought back. They've been extinct for a very, very long time. These are the only place I have seen these referenced is in like ancient manuscripts of rituals that I studied when I was young. These shouldn't exist, but in the other realm, they're abundant. They're everywhere.
What do you think that other realm is? Like, where did you go?
Remainer called it Equinox.
Equinox.
Yeah. It's you know what? Remainer. This is. I mean, look.
When you say,
I don't know how.
Go ahead.
I don't know how to break this to y'all, but things are about to get more complicated. So I'm just going to ask Remainer if they can tell the group what they told me about Equinox.
Okay, it does. Next. Oh, sorry, you want me to do it? Yeah, okay.
I can read it if you don't want to. I've got the notes.
So you ask, are you just asking the same question you asked last time? Like, where am I? Except, like, what was that place, I guess?
Yeah.
All right, when you address the arm, the blue light on the palm lights up, and then it listens to your question, and it just repeats what it said before.
Okay. Do you want me to read it? Do you have it in front of you? Or?
I mean, yeah, no, I've got it in front of me. So in a very, like it's reading from an encyclopedia, exactly like it's reading from an encyclopedia, you hear this robotic, heavily compressed voice come from the hand. It says,
Manifold 9, Equinox, the Twilight World, the Shadow Realm, also known as Dusk. Ruled by the shadow over two lovers' hearts, the Queen of Shadows, third of the three sisters below, Equinox is the home of the Twilight Celestials, also known as the Shadow Elves, the Dusk Elves. Manifold 9 has a chronographic index of 7.73 relative to Manifold 1. Because of the covariant metric tensor, Equinox waxes and wanes, growing in strength as its partition of unity approaches 1 relative to Manifold 1. For the last 7,000 cycles, Manifold 9's greatest constructive interference was with Manifold 11. But now, the power of Dusk wanes relative to the world below, and waxes relative to Manifold 1. Manifold 9 is a parasitic manifold. Because its metric tensor is less than 1, it cannot exist except as an index to another manifold. Because Manifold 1's index constructively interferes with Manifold 9's, the rulers of Dusk seek to use this concordance to bridge the sea between worlds. First, terraforming, then colonizing Manifold 1.
So how do we push apart the manifolds from 1 to 9? Like, how do we increase what was the 7.7, the coefficient?
It does not respond to you.
Oh.
Yeah, computer, is there a way to... What's that line from Galaxy Quest? I have one job on this ship.
It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
Remainer, is there a way to what was the wording? Is there a way to keep the manifolds separate?
Properties of manifolds cannot be revised once they have been established.
Okay. So, I don't know what we're gonna do with these humans, but we gotta do it quick because I think we have to save the world after.
Right, that's basically what the Remainer just said, right? Equinox is coming to take over
They're coming to terraform and colonize.
The world we're currently in, yeah.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, Manifold 9 is Equinox, Manifold 1 is us, Manifold 11 is the world below.
Is the shadow over two lovers' hearts, that's the name of the celestial, right?
The queen, yeah.
Third of the Three Sisters Below. Three Sisters Below, is that have to do with the world below?
Remainer, who are the Three Sisters Below?
The Three Sisters Below, and it lists, like an encyclopedia, three ancient celestials, one of whom is the Queen of Night, one is the Queen of Winter, one is the Queen of Shadow. And the Queen of Night rules the world below.
Are the other two sisters... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do either of the elves recognize any of those names?
No.
Okay.
This is deep lore beyond.
This is old stuff, right?
Chronographic index? Does that mean like it's been a couple of minutes here? Was Lavellus there for like a few hours?
Yep.
I would say I was there anywhere between 4 and 6 hours. Does that sound about right, Matt?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Whoa.
We have to get back to the humans. We have got to. We have to regroup. We gotta rethink this entire plan.
What is the Manifold 13 part mention?
Oh, that's a transcription error. That's manifold. That should say. Can I edit this? It's too bad I can't.
Nope.
Yeah. Here, let me.
It's just Manifold 1s.
No, it's manifold 9.
Oh, it's 11
That's
and 1.
manifold 9.
Manifold 9's greatest constructive interference with it. I'll just rewrite it.
Okay.
So, what that means, as I think you guys have figured out, is Equinox. It used to be very easy to get from Equinox to the world below, but that is getting harder and harder, and it's getting easier and easier to get from Equinox to this world.
It's like floating upwards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah. The Remainer is describing like ripples in a pool from different stones being thrown, and now the ripples from Equinox are constructively interfering with the ripples from this world.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if this arm of yours, like obviously it's given you, we've got Koh back to life, we're getting all this information, but has it given you any other kind of power that you know of? Like some, I don't know, like crazy strength or something? I don't know.
None that I've used yet, but I feel like yes.
Okay.
Yeah, mechanically speaking, it's an implement, and I get cool bonuses to my stuff.
Yeah, it's not like its major power is its knowledge.
Right. Okay.
It's otherwise just like it's like she has a +2 weapon.
Yeah, I don't know. We just like go back to that tower and just destroy all the goblins with a massive laser blast.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
With my Iron Man arm.
She's just done some crazy stuff. I don't know what else she's got.
Sure. Yeah.
When I was revived, is it a rest?
Ooh. Nope.
Or am I like still at death's door?
You have one hit, if you have 1 hit point. I've already adjusted your.
Ooh! I pick up one of the 4 white berries and I offer it to you.
You have given me so much already.
I mean, it just looks like a white berry to you, I think. You want a grape? Like, I mean, I don't know. They are glowing, but it's not easy to tell that they're glowing here in the light of the real world.
I mean, can I spend a healing surge right now? Like, should I refuse this berry?
Oh, you tell me.
I don't want to eat this berry. It's a glowing berry. That's not a resource that comes often.
So I recognize those berries. On top of what Lavellus said, they used to be here, but they don't exist here anymore. They've gone extinct centuries ago. Matt, how do you pronounce the word?
Ethbo. No, the T is silent. Long O.
They're known as Ethbo. If you eat it, it's not poisonous or anything. In fact, it has restorative properties. It's as if you've slept all night. You'll feel much better. You'll be able to fight again. Everything will be back as normal.
How many of these berries do you have?
4 total. I was being hunted. Quite a bit. I need to make that clear. I would have stopped and gotten more if I could.
Lavellus, are you like fully healed? Like I see that you have. Okay.
Well, I mean, I used a bunch of healing surges when we got back, and Matt said that I could.
Yeah,
but
she and
apart from
Zoga
that,
are both fully healed. Koh, Orin, and Servanazor badly, mostly, and slightly damaged in that order.
Yeah, so I'm fully healed in the mechanical sense. In the visual, am I covered in bite marks? Yes.
So with Manifold 9's chronographic index of 7.73.
It sounds weird when you guys say it.
It doesn't sound weird to me.
Sorry.
You can call it time dilation if.
Yeah, with the time dilation, with Manifold 9, with us needing to get the humans through, do you have any idea how long we have in this world? Like, are we able to go back to the humans and have a sleep and then attempt to come back through the forest?
Hey, Romena.
The blue
How
light
long do we
lights up.
have? How long do we have until? What's the right way to word this? How long will it take the forces of Equinox to begin their invasion in earnest?
The lights light up, and it says,
I am incomplete. Without my remaining digits, I cannot answer.
Friggin' fingers.
Where do you find the remaining digits?
Do you, Romena, do you know where the missing fingers went?
It does not know, but it can sense the presence of the closest one.
Yeah, okay, so this arm is the last remaining part of a ruby golem, basically, that was created to take on a super archmage. And it was really good, but it did get bested and destroyed and torn apart at some point, and it can't remember how. So I suspect that's when the fingers were lost.
Okay.
It can always, one of its powers is it can always sense the direction of the closest piece of it.
What direction?
Yeah. Get him to point.
Oh, don't you have a thing where you can ask where to go? Like to find the most rewarding path based on what we're looking
Ghost
for?
hand.
Yeah, but it only works for the next hour. It can kind of predict up to an hour. I mean, does Romena... Can I sense through Romena what direction the nearest part is? I mean, I'm not suggesting that we should do that right now, but I'm curious.
The only sense is, from your point of view, it just feels like a normal arm to you.
It's just an arm?
Yep.
Hey, Romena, what direction is your nearest digit?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Or nearest piece? I'm just curious. It's nice. I mean, we've got a lot going on. I don't think we're gonna...
You have like a thumb, or is it all digits missing?
Yeah, I have a thumb. So I have thumb...
You can give like a
pointer
thumbs up.
Yeah, I have thumb, pointer finger, middle finger. It's the ring finger and the pinky finger.
It points to the... it points like north by northwest.
Oh, interesting. Noted.
Way direction we wanted to go. So kind of almost back towards the humans, right?
Yeah,
I would say that it is
right now.
It is largely back in that direction, but not. I don't know how good your senses of direction are, but it's pointing less north and more west than where Dalrath is.
Okay.
You said north by northwest?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I was just writing it in my notes.
That's not really, I don't think that's actually a real direction, but yeah. Anyway.
Well, surely
it's pointing to the north. It's pointing to the northwest.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just pointing slightly more west than where Dalrath Keep is.
Okay. Interesting.
It's interesting. Your chat. I'll keep my mouth shut. Continue. Sorry.
What? No. What did they say?
A bunch of interesting stuff.
Now I want to know.
They just noticed that you have a ruby hand and Ajax has a jade hand.
Oh. What's worth more in the real world? I just want to feel superior.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. I do have one idea of how we might be able to get the humans through, but I don't know if it'll work. And it's kind of a stupid idea, but spaghetti at the wall. I will say Equinox was dangerous for sure, but the dangers there were different than the ones here. So if we're finding ourselves at a dead end trying to get these humans through Bloodskull territory. Maybe we can find another way to get them through Dusk territory.
But when you were there, what dangers did you see or face?
Well, all I'm saying is none of the vines tried to suck out my blood. You know,
Yeah, but you weren't there that long.
You lost.
I wasn't there that long. I know. I'm not saying that it won't be dangerous. This whole woad has been dangerous. But what I am saying is, I don't think there are any Bloodskull hobgoblins there.
What you're saying is, if we took the humans through Equinox, we would have a better chance of getting them out of the woods.
That
alive.
is
Yeah?
a thought that had occurred to me. I mean, but we'd have to find a way to transport them because at this stage, the only way we know how to get there is to stab ourselves with a bunch of arrows. And I don't think that the wood elf who's been mean to them for 3 weeks, showing up with a ruby arm and saying, hey, stab yourself, is necessarily going to go down super well.
I'll just tell you right now that you don't have enough arrows to stab everybody with.
100%. The other element is that when I came back, I had to... Remainer called it return to the point of biolocation. So I had to get back to the tower in Dusk in order to make it back to Orden.
Oh, well.
But okay. Hey, Remainer.
It lights up.
Hey, Siri.
Yeah.
I sort of feel like Siri all of a sudden. It's kind of demoralizing.
Yeah.
It's like all I do is sit here and answer questions now.
Are the arrows the only way to travel between Manifold 1 and Manifold 9?
The Remainer thinks... Actually, it doesn't have to think for this. It just says...
No, there are many solutions to the problem of differential asymmetry. Some are formulaic, some are localized.
Remainer, could you list some of the ways?
It lists... I mean, it says... I don't know how the Remainer... I don't know how this object, this artifact would put it, but it lists like plane shift. Among the formulaic processes, one is plane shift, and there are spells.
Phase step.
Yeah, well, I mean, it probably wouldn't list phase step, because that's not a spell.
Okay.
Right, that's just a thing. That's a crazy fucking thing you can do. It's a knack.
So, just a thing to throw on the table if anyone has any good ideas to try.
Can the Remainer tell jokes?
Hey, Remainer, tell us a joke.
Remainer, am I handsome?
Remainer, who's the prettiest?
Remainer on the wall.
Remainer, I hardly know her.
It only responds to Lavellus.
Yeah. That's okay, we can make fun of it, and it just doesn't know.
You cannot try and do a Lavellus voice.
You tried to do it. Do your best impression of me, OD.
He just roars.
G'day, you're going to throw another shrimp on a barbie? There you go.
Oh my god.
Immediately, that's not just bad, it's offensive.
Yeah.
Your accents are so bad, OD.
That's my best Australian. Anyway, sorry.
Actually, we say Strayan, so
Australian.
the L becomes a Y. Strayan. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. This is all my stuff. This is my stuff. Any other ideas?
Says something. Koh just goes, I agree with Lavellus.
So as much as I love the idea of not fighting hobgoblins anymore,
There's a big butt coming here.
there's a big butt, and it is attached to Blood Drinker Vryn.
Yeah.
Those guys are probably going to be able to find us. If we go back to the humans right now, they'll probably be able to track us back there.
Out.
Well, the other thing is
By the way, that's some proper fucking war leader stuff, Tom.
Yeah.
I'll give you inspiration for that. I don't know how to do it.
That's super fucking smart.
Woo. But what was it I overheard a minute ago about a berry that has restorative properties?
Yeah, the Ethbo. The things that Lavellus has brought back. That's what those are.
I've brought
how you
other
feel
goodies
better?
with me too.
Oh yeah, what else do you bring?
Would people like to know about the others? I have fewer of them, all right? So I've got 4 Ethbo berries. I have 2 Diegelwort leaves. And Lavellus is like pointing things out about them as she goes. She's like kind of in her element here. She's like, oh, I'm a wood elf and these are nice. So the Diegelwort leaves, let me look at my notes. The Diegelwort leaves are ferns, and they kind of, they don't turn you invisible, but they kind of turn you invisible. Like, you're harder to see.
I mean, you went invisible.
I did? I went invisible?
Yep.
Heck yeah.
The problem
they friggin'
was,
turn you invisible.
The problem was the thing that was tracking you didn't have eyeballs, so that was no big deal to it.
Hell yeah.
Wait, how many of these invisible things have we got?
What a loaded answer.
Only 2.
2. Oh.
Well, it's a good thing. I mean, we have 2 people in our party at least who don't sneak very well.
That's true. And I have one. This is hard to say. It's Gasethnus, I think, which is the fruit. Which I don't know. It's more vague. It was helpful to me in terms of like I had sort of glimpses of visions. I saw myself with the ruby arm before I had it. You know, things like that. It's helpful with insight, vision. You know, finding hidden things. Unfortunately, I could not bring back with me any of Felsda nectar. I didn't have the right equipment.
But you said back in Dusk there was plenty of these things, right?
Everywhere.
That invisible one, that could be our ticket out, right? If we can get back to Dusk and get some more.
The ferns were the most common. I think I would have to like literally seek out the fruit.
Which one was the invisible one? I forgot.
The invisible one was the ferns.
The ferns, so that's common. I mean,
yeah. They basically grow at the base of the trees that the arrows are made of.
That's it, right? If we can get more of that, we'll take it. The humans take it. We'll just make some tea. I'm going back to Serena now, and we could just stroll on through, right? What?
Sounds a bit too simple.
It does, doesn't it? But
how did you get back here? Because you got the remainder, you got the heart. I know that you're talking about that you had met somebody while you were in there. Who
not just somebody. Holy moly! You would have known when I said Aelian, the Burner Prince. You would have known. That's the true elf. That's the celestial, who basically I invoke when I call on my Angel of Fire.
Oh, okay.
That dude's my hero.
But did you say that like the last thing that he did was give you like that heart in order to revive Koh and the arm and things like that? Or because he's like gone now, right?
He so much worse than that. He's imprisoned there, and he needed the heart in order to break free. But he promised to fulfill whatever I asked, and I asked that he bring Koh back. But because I couldn't produce the body there in Dusk, he had to give me the heart, and he remains imprisoned. And one day, I will fall upon the one who imprisoned him in fire and in fury, and I will exact Aelian's vengeance. But for now, there's nothing that can be done.
I see. Well, that's fucking crazy.
Wait, so but can we get back to Dusk?
I think we can get back to Dusk. The question is how well we can get back to where we are here, right? So a couple factors. The landscape of Dusk is similar. It reflects this world, but it isn't the same as this world. So the more prominent the a fixture, I guess, like the tower, right, was present in Dusk, but it was ruined. It was different. It was changed, but the tower was there. I suspect that, you know, the more significant a landmark, the more likely it is to be there. But when I returned, I had to return to the tower because that's where I was when I came into Dusk. In order to come back to Orden, I had to go back to the tower. So my concern would be that if we go into Dusk in a location that is not significant enough, we might not be able to return.
Well, that's the other thing. If we are able to somehow get into Dusk, even with all of the villagers, the place that we're going to is not the same place that we entered.
Yeah.
So the likelihood of us being able to get out of Dusk where we can drop the villagers off doesn't seem as
Which is
likely.
why I want to know if there's other ways in and out, right?
Right.
That don't require, you know, powerful spells that none of us know. Hey,
Well,
Remainer.
the Remainer said that there are two categories of things that can get you there or back again. Some are formulaic, some are localized.
Okay.
Localized sounds like there might be portals, like little wormholes
Gateways?
between.
Yeah.
It means like magic items. Like physical objects. They're physical objects that
Like the arrows.
yeah.
Interesting.
In formulaic are the spells.
Yep.
What if we make an arrow out of a tree here, and then we shoot somebody with that arrow in a reverse place? Does that send us back here?
No idea. I mean, hey, Remainer.
Are you gonna shoot little Ann Polly with an arrow?
Okay,
No,
we're just
with three
talking
arrows.
theoretically at this stage. Yeah, you need 3. It doesn't work without 3.
Yeah, you've been hit with one, Zoga, and you know what it's like. You know what the first effect is. The first effect makes you question the reality of the world you're in.
Oh, that sounds awful.
And that's, by the way,
Great.
that's I think that's probably worn off at this point.
What was 2 like?
2, what was 2 like? I don't quite remember. 2 was being able to see the other place.
It was like a temporary phase almost, it seemed like.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you
so
became
metal.
slight when the second arrow happened.
And by the way, you all see that 3 of the places I'm bleeding from a lot, arrow-shaped
you-
wounds.
What if you what if you do something with the wood to like
That's what I'm
ingest
wondering about.
arrows.
I did scrape off some of the ebony bark, and I probably should have laid that out on the blanket with the fruits. I scraped
Here's
off
all my
some of the
souvenirs,
bark
look.
of the tree to, yeah.
I stopped by the
Just
gift
to-
shop, and they had.
These are the things I brought for you. Yeah, I don't know. I brought back some sort of bits of the tree just to sort of play around with and see kind of its properties and how it works, but I don't know where to start.
Is there oh my gosh, probably not, but is there enough here to make a club?
Oh no.
Oh, that would be so cool.
But if we could get back there,
Oh yeah.
Maybe we could. I wonder if we could make like a tincture out of the ebony bark and
Yeah.
try like drinking a tea of it. You know,
Yeah,
basically.
flip
Again,
that
with
way.
tea.
If there's something that we could, you know, just consume to get there instead of having to injure ourselves in the process.
and and poorly.
Yes. What was
Also, I have a question for the group. Do you want to eat these berries and then just go fuck up the rest of these hobgoblins?
We'll die.
I had thought about that
No.
too, and then I was like, nah. Like we already got pretty whooped, and there's like 3 named guys back there. So I
Yeah,
don't know. It
and-
seems
Blood Drinker was shouting to people on the top floor, right? We don't know how many are up there. There
Yeah.
could be 20 of them up there for all we know.
They're probably
The
not
other
20 of
thing-
them up there.
Okay, but we don't know.
30 then.
You guys killed a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Don't try to change it now and get
I
us to go
don't
back
know.
there. We've learned our lesson, and we're not going to do it.
I'm just saying, you guys killed a lot of dudes.
If two of us can, if I'm understanding this correctly, 2 of us can become invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah.
and 4 of us can be, experience the restorative properties of these berries. And there's a like a fruit.
By the way, Lavellus looks really sad at this whole exchange. She's not saying anything, but she's sad.
Probably because she literally just stole the heart from like her version of Henry Cavill, and now he's in prison forever to try and revive Koh. And now the idea is to go back and potentially I'll die again, thus wasting his sacrifice.
But also just like, I think Lavellus like secretly wanted to use this stuff to try and regrow these extinct plants in Auden.
And so the first thing your team is like, let's eat him now.
But also like, I mean, we gotta use them, right?
The Remainer will tell you that these plants can't grow here anymore.
They can't grow here anymore, even if I put them in a really deep, dark cave.
Yep, doesn't have anything to do with where you put them. It's just the magic doesn't exist here.
Will the Remainer also tell me how long these particular fruits and leaves will retain their properties?
It doesn't know, but it would be less than 24 hours.
Okay.
Like you've noted, you can tell that the berries they all glow, right? They all have these bioluminescent properties to them, and they are noticeably dimmer since you picked them. They didn't appear to start dimming until you brought them here.
Okay. Well,
we have any idea how long it lasts? Like if like you said, 2 of us took the invisible things, how long could those 2 like scout ahead? Like, because if we could walk freely through this forest, we could maybe get a path through that we know there's not much going on, and then we got a safe way through. Like, if it only lasts for like an hour, then it's probably not enough. But I guess we don't know.
One of the other things I took was going to last for 8 hours, and I'm sort of towards the tail end of that now. Were the others likely to last the same, Matt? I mean, I'm clearly not invisible anymore.
Yeah, I would say yes. Yeah, but there are things you did that made you uninvisible. It's not great. It's not greater invisibility.
Right. Okay, that also tells us that we could not go and bash up the hobgoblins while invisible.
With Koh getting resurrected, is he like fully healed and everything like that from that whole process?
I have 1 hit point.
I was wondering if
my gosh,
it should reset.
Eat a berry.
You have 1 hit point total. That's not right.
I'm like probably swaying a little bit, but like with some slurred teeth, I'll probably be like, I will only do what Lavellus says we must do.
What's going on here? That's weird. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say
What happened? That's weird.
You don't have 1 hit point left. You have 1 hit point. Period.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
And honestly,
would you eat a dang berry, sir?
Eat a berry.
Well, I think he's fully. It looks like he's fully healed, but I just want to confirm that before we start eating berries that people don't actually need right now.
He's not.
Because these are pretty powerful.
He's not fully healed.
He's got 1 hit point.
Of his max hit points, 33, he has 32 damage.
Yeah.
You should eat 1 too, for that matter.
Okay, let's not go handing out my berries to just anyone, all right, Zoga?
Sorry. I just want to.
I like the idea that Lavellus all of a sudden picks him up and hoards them. No, my berries! Mine! My precious berries!
I mean, those berries do look very nice.
Look at the guy, like we just brought him back from the dead. Like he's, he's still mostly dead. No offense.
Just, if we have any other... Wait, okay, so we've got 24 hours to use these.
About. Let me give or take.
About.
Yeah, the Remainer is not a chemistry set. It can't give you
What
precise.
if we cut the berry in half?
And you feel like you got half a night's rest.
Tempting the DM to just not give us anything. So I'm gonna
the berries are the berries. It's not up to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna delicately hand 1 to Koh and
And delicately order him to eat it.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry. Sorry.
We'll think
I
about
think-
the rest later.
Joe like looks down at this small berry in his hand, which is still all cracked, and looks back up at Lavellus. He kind of like with this, are you sure? I mean, you gave up
and-
so much already.
I close your fingers around the berry and I push your hand up towards your face. There's such a height difference.
Did you mention the prince, that the prince is sealed?
Yeah.
I think Koh would, before eating this berry, would say something like, "You gave up your gift to bring me here. We will free your prince when this is done." And then I would eat the berry.
Lavellus would sit down and cry a bit.
That's pretty amazing.
I will accompany you until these bonds are broken.
Berry tastes like if it has the texture of a grape, but it tastes like a macadamia nut.
That's
Yeah.
challenging to imagine.
I say that. It's the texture of a grape, but it tastes like a macadamia nut.
I don't know how to do this in fantasy rounds. I can only do it for everybody. I don't know how to do it on a person by person basis, but it gives you a long rest. So you're back. You're back to full hit points. All your powers are restored.
I can do that.
All your hit dice recover, and you have your action point back.
I feel very good now.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Oh, I regret
dear.
everything.
Oh, I can't
away.
believe we brought you back
Let's
to
turn
life.
this off.
Wasted that ruby heart.
Going home. No.
Oh,
Well, everybody, Koh is back.
God. Okay, well, Zoga is probably right that we shouldn't head directly back to the humans now. Where do we go?
I guess that's the question, right? We can't go back to the humans to get the humans to bring them through. We can't go to the fucking tower to fight the hobgoblins because we're gonna just get our asses kicked. So it's just like, what do we do now? I feel like we're just stuck between two choices that we can't really.
I mean, if two of us can take them by surprise, right? If we show up invisible and get a surprise round on them, like that could be huge. That could like turn it in our favor real quick.
And at the very least, we'd be doing it before they got reinforcements in.
Yep.
I guess like, as far as like there's like a discrepancy between what Anna knows and like what Orin is like aware of. It's like, would Orin have this feeling that if we are all back at 100, and if we went back to that tower, that we'd stand a chance? Based on how the previous fight just went?
That's a good question. And I think that the best answer I can give you is the thing you're missing, the thing you're missing that makes it so it's not, that answer's not obvious, is you don't know how many people are in that tower.
I guess that's what the invisible thing would be for then, is to scout and see.
What did you say the fruit did?
Yeah. The fruit gives you flashes of insight and lets you see things that are hidden.
It did two things when she ate it in Equinox. It allowed her to sense how far away the thing that was hunting her was. And it allowed her, like the creature that was hunting her had a kind of displacer beast effect on it, right? Which would normally make it, it's like a blur, like a magical blur, where it's hard to see exactly where it is, makes it hard to hit. And when she had when she ate the glowing red fruit, she could see exactly where it was.
Oh, so she could, okay.
Aina, is there a way to prevent forced travel between this world and Dusk? Like via the arrows?
Yes. The Fey enchantment cast upon the black arrows evaporates if a piece of iron touches both the flesh of the target and the soil or bare rock. There are other wards which can achieve this effect. Would you like me to list them?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, it does, but they're all spells you've never heard of.
Right.
It makes so much sense that it's iron, like, of course
Hell
it
yeah.
is.
You ground it. You just ground yourself.
You just ground yourself.
Iron's also like a super common like myth thing too. Like you put an iron horseshoe above doors and shit to keep changelings out in Fae.
Yeah.
Also, if
But
Tom
we-
Schmuck remembers his Tim Powers, the Annabis Gates novel.
Hell yeah, dude. Of course.
Yeah. Take the things you like
We
and stick
do
them in your game.
have to. We do have to make sure if we do that we don't want to go back to Dusk again, because I get the feeling that once we do that, the arrows will be useless to us.
Sorry, say it one more time, that if we don't want to go back to Dusk and we do the grounding
I'm just
thing.
saying that because we've got like a handful of ideas that involve going back to Dusk, and the only way we know how to get there is by stabbing us with these arrows. But if we ward it by using the iron, I suspect we won't be able to go back there using the arrows at all.
Oh, can we ask the retainer? Like, obviously he talked about the formulaic and he talked about the local thing, but with you having the bits of wood from whatever makes those arrows, like maybe the retainer knows that if we ingest it, it would have like the same properties.
Hey, Romana, if we ingested the ebony wood, would we be transported back to Dusk?
The blue light lights up, which means it's listening. You ask the question. Lights, white and yellow lights deep inside the arm flash up and
That
down
means
the
it's
arm.
thinking.
And
That
it
means
says,
it's thinking.
I am incomplete. Without my remaining digits, I cannot answer.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds to me like it's just a way to prevent yourself from getting blipped into the thing, right? Like it said you ground the arrow into the dirt, right, with a piece of iron, and then you don't get.
It said the flesh and the earth. So I don't think you
Okay.
need to touch the tower. I think you touch yourself and you touch the ground with the iron.
We all get toe rings and we walk around barefoot.
that would do it.
That would do it. Okay, so it sounds like if one of us eats this red glowing fruit, they would be able to intuit the number of hobgoblins and the location of the hobgoblins in this tower.
I mean,
Right?
it's possible.
That's kind of what you're describing happened to you. You were able to like sense
The thing that was
where this
hunting
thing
me.
was, even though it had like abilities, magic that would otherwise obscure it to you. So if we have someone who can see and count the hobgoblins in the tower, and we've got 4 of us that are fresh and ready to go, I'm pretty, I'm like schmedium. I've still got a few things left, so I don't
if
think I
we
would.
decide to go back to the tower, I will relent the berries. Obviously.
Well, this is just me,
He's saying, I don't know that I need one of the berries. He's like, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not. He's saying, at least I think that's what you're saying, right? You're not completely spent.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, that would be
This
that would be the thing, is that you'd have to figure out who among you has the
Yeah.
kind of would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, the other thing
what
is
I'm
that
saying is if we
could
use
keep some in reserve, and if things get dire, someone can eat them and just be back fresh again.
like if we use these things and we clear out this tower, then we're at least we've bought ourselves more time, and we can bring the humans here, and we could maybe talk to Demelza and see if she.
Oh, I forgot about Demelza. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
How can anyone forget about Demelza? She's always right there.
Yeah. She could be right here, right now.
Right now, we're having a team meeting. She's probably here.
She's that curled up body in the tree just to have
Oh, no.
Oh
Like,
no.
just
They were-
listed it.
They were mobilizing when we left the tower, like to come after us.
Yes.
I can only assume. And,
Most of them are probably, coming out.
We either abandon the humans and they might find them anyway, or we're gonna have to fight these dudes one way or the other. And if we go back now, we can.
They at least haven't had a chance to.
Right? Yeah, they aren't expecting us to just like miraculously be ready to go.
Right. And they think that one of us is dead.
Yeah, that's going to surprise me a bit.
I think if anyone's gonna eat the fruit and get all this tactical insight, I think surely it should be our tactician, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Does
Like-
it work from this far away?
It worked from pretty far away from me.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I mean, this
We're just
this
sitting
gift,
here having a picnic.
this gift would honor me, even though, kind of necessity. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to be like Koh, where it's like, you've already given us so much. It sucks to have to ask for more, especially since you just got back and one of your arms made out of ruby now. And
I
a lot
can't
to
think of
process.
anyone more worthy.
so I understand why you don't want to rush back into this hobgoblin tower, but it's going to be worth it when we crush all their blood-covered skulls.
We got to do recon though. This is the deal. We cannot go in without doing recon.
Well, I think isn't the recon is that they're going to be coming after us. They're all like there is no. There is
No. Do not say there is no recon. Do not say that sentence.
I think
there has to be recon.
I think they're
Who of us can be
basically
invisible?
coming out after us. Like it's almost like we'd have to ambush them. Ooh.
Yeah, it's easy to ambush people if you're invisible as well. So
Yeah, but no. Yes, I agree. But we need to know how many there are.
Right.
Which people are important to target. Who hits who? We need to work that stuff out before we go in, because
I don't think we're going in. They're coming out after us.
yeah.
The fruit will tell us. The fruit, I think, will probably at least offer some insight, because
I really hope so.
The idea is that by Zoga eating this, that we get at least some degree of intel as far as how many more hobgoblins were in that tower, and was there anybody else, any other big bads except for those two named guys. And also it would be nice to know if they're coming after us, I guess.
I
Or
mean,
if
with
they've
any
called if they've called reinforcements.
Yeah, with any luck, they will have split up a bit as well. I don't know. I'm very worried about the reinforcements that might be coming. I'm worried about putting the humans in that tower. I don't think it's going to be safe the way that we hoped it would be. It might give us a window of travel at the very least. I don't know.
Reinforcements take time. They're not gonna. We can certainly get back to them. We can certainly get to them or intercept them before reinforcements have shown up and before they've been able to regroup.
There's also a massive fire there as well.
That's right. You guys can see the fire from where you are. Like the smoke, the black smoke from the fire dominates the skyline right now.
I think about Eileen and I am sad.
So do we want to have Zoga eat the
Doomed to
fruit?
spend eternity inside the Ruby Citadel.
All right, I'm holding the fruit in my hand and I'm looking at it, and I look at each of you and I say, "Are we doing this?"
It can't hurt. Even if we decide that we don't want to go back and fight, at least we know it's there.
All right. I hold up the fruit, not Zoga's
Bless
favorite
his
food, by the
clarity.
way. And I just take a big old juicy bite.
It tastes like strawberry, even though it looks kind of like a pear. You want to join me in the secret chat, Tom?
Yes.
This will just take a second.
Vision!
Bye.
All right, so you eat the fruit, right? And you gain a kind of visual acuity that you haven't had since you were a child, right? All of a sudden you can see farther, edges around things are sharper. You can make out individual leaves on faraway trees. You can see if there's a bird flying high in the air. You can tell exactly what it is. You can count its feathers. And however, the bad news is when you turn to the Hobgoblin Tower, you don't have any sense of how many hobgoblins are in there. It doesn't grant you that. It doesn't do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
However, you do see glowing from the tower, from the top level of the tower, Right. Or like you can kind of see, I imagine from where you are, you can see the top of the tower, like the roof. So as you're like, fuck, man, I wanted to see some goddamn hobgoblins. And so you're peering, staring, hoping you can make it work just by looking. You see this tiny black orb, glowing black through the wall, through all the space between here and the forest.
Whoa. Okay.
That's it. That's what you see. You don't know. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't. As soon as you eat it and you see what's going on, you're like, oh, you know what? That fucking thing that was hunting Lavellus is probably like magical or some shit.
Uh-huh. But I can see a black orb that, like, is it above the tower?
Nope.
Or is it within the tower?
It is definitely inside the tower. It looks like, it's hard to tell because you can't see all of the tower from where you are. You have to kind of rebuild it in your head based on just being able to see the roof poking out from the top of the trees. But it looks like it's in the top tower, the top level.
Okay, so assuming that this fruit gave Lavellus the ability to see this creature that was using magic to hide itself, this black orb is some kind of magical thing.
That is a reasonable conclusion.
And these archers are firing black arrows, so like the Dusk elves have been, they've been in contact with these guys in one way or another.
The hobgoblins did not come up with those arrows.
Yep.
I don't know how familiar you are with memes. I don't know how up to date you are with your memes.
Yes! Dude, that's the best one! They're up there pondering the orb. Bunch of orb ponderers. All right,
back to the main chat.
Lavellus, this fruit gave you the ability to see a creature that was otherwise disguised by some kind of magic.
Yeah.
When I look towards the tower, I can't actually see things that aren't there. But what I can see is, like, I can just see everything in high def. I'm seeing in like 4K right now. And when I look at the tower, I can see an object. There's a black orb in the tower. I don't know how to... It's like I can see it through the trees and through the walls of the tower. I can see it right now.
Is it on the upper levels?
Yes, it appears like it's like by my estimation, it's somewhere in the top floor of this tower.
Can you see?
Have been in touch with these hobgoblins because they've been supplying them with these black arrows.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the hobgoblins are probably opening some kind of portal into Dusk and vice versa.
Yes, they have something in that tower that lets them,
like an orb we could steal. Like if someone literally went in there invisible, stole the orb and got out.
Okay.
I don't know what advantage that would give us, but
I mean,
it might open gateways into Dusk.
Into Dusk.
We can bring all the villagers through.
More invisible stuff.
It might be something. I mean, it's something. It's something that's important to these guys. Important enough to
At the very least, we shouldn't leave it with them if we can help it.
And of course, like they don't want us to leave the region alive.
Oh my gosh!
So they don't want anyone to know about it.
While you were on your vision quest, I remembered that I didn't only bring back 2 fern leaves. I brought back a whole small fern with the roots attached. So we I mean, if they're out here looking for us and we're invisible in their tower, right?
Right. I'm 100% with you.
Right.
I love it.
Hey, Romana.
The blue light. The hand.
What is the orb?
Lights up.
Matt?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. The blue light lights up.
Oh. Okay. Great. Hey. That's a good question from Vanazor. Real quick, though, how many? So, do you remember, Matt, that I specifically dug up a whole fern by the roots, a little fern? Mm-hmm. How many doses worth of Diego wort would I get from that?
Roll a d6.
Oh, come on.
This is, by the way, how all the... Yep, you get 4 doses. There are 4 still glowing leaves on it.
So I have 6 total, and I'm removing the baby fern. Goodbye, baby fern. I'm sorry.
So yeah, and I know this may feel very Deus Ex Machina, but every time she did this, it was just a die roll. So that number of doses you got was random.
Okay, so we got 6 total.
We got 6 total.
But yeah, like you said, we only
How
need
long
one.
did this leaf last when you took it in?
It lasted until
it's still going.
I guess the fight.
No,
it's still
not
going?
the leaf. The leaf.
The pear.
The pear is still going for her, and it'll go for 8 more hours for Zoga.
I see everything.
The Diego wart. And actually, when she pulls the plant out of wherever the fuck she was keeping it, when she pulls it out of her, you mean like a kangaroo pouch? When she pulls it out of her pouch, I'm learning a lot about elves.
My back.
When she holds it, you can see, like if she's holding it with her left hand, you can see that her hand and her wrist and her arm up to halfway to her elbow is transparent. Just holding the fucking thing.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
But
cool.
the invisibility it grants can be broken. Like if you cast a spell, it's like the spell invisibility, but it lasts for 8 hours.
Right on. Well, I mean that's still pretty good, you know. If we can approach unseen.
If the idea is not to fight, then the invisibility, or to fight as little as possible, then we get the most bang for our buck.
I think it's avoid conflict, steal the orb would be the elevator pitch plan, right?
Yeah. The tricky thing is though that Koh is still our only stealth guy, so Koh would probably be taking the lead of actually going up the tower.
I have to tell you guys that because this is something that players often imagine differently than the real rule. Invisibility does not mean you cannot be detected. It just means you can't be. It just means you can't be seen. It's possible. It's possible for someone to still know where you are. Like if you make a noise, if you step on something,
if
and they
there's
notice
scorpion dogs that can smell you.
Yeah, if they're creatures that track by scent, it is possible for an enemy to, if they know what square you're in, they can still attack you. It's very unlikely they would hit.
There's stuff where you can break your invisibility too, right?
Attacking or casting a spell will break your invisibility.
Which is why, all of that is why I'm concerned that Koh would basically, it would be another plan that's like, Koh, go risk your life.
Yeah, we're not sending anybody into the tower alone.
Opening a door, drinking. Yeah. So there's lots of things you can do that won't break the invisibility, but attacking or casting is using one of your powers. Right? No, I would say there are still some powers you could probably use as long as they're not they don't require attack rolls or saving throws.
Willing to do it.
You literally just died.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot something. I'm sorry. Well, actually,
Actually, I'm not sorry.
You guys continue. I need to think about this.
If you get caught in any capacity, you could just bounce, right? We wouldn't be putting ourselves in another situation where we're locked into battle for as long as we were last time.
I would quite literally bounce away.
Because last time, the trickiness was you and Vanazor being kind of jammed in there where we couldn't get to you and you couldn't get out.
What do you mean last time? Jammed in where?
In the tower.
I don't remember that.
Okay. Man, I gotta feed this arm so much information. I need Zoga to tell this arm everything that he knows about the Bloodskull Hobgoblins. Just so that it can start making analytical estimates based on
it learns?
Well, I think so. It doesn't really know anything about Auden because it's been, or not for thousands of years, because it's been in So, well, somewhere. I don't know if it's even really been in Dusk. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But it's been not here for a very long time, so it kind of just doesn't know new stuff.
I think we should ask it if it knows about the orb, though, and what it is.
I think that's a really good idea.
Can we even steal the orb?
Right.
I think that's a very good idea. But I don't know where Matt is.
What do you mean? I'm right here. We're talking about.
You're right there. You sound. I don't know what it is, but you sound gone. Anyway.
Wait, when I'm
like
not, when I'm
quiet.
not, wait, when I'm not talking, I sound gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yes.
right.
You need to breathe heavily.
That's amazing.
Like it doesn't just sound like you're being quiet.
have I been hit with one of the black arrows?
Yeah, you vanished. I would love to ask, hey, Remainer, do you know what orb Zoga is describing?
No, it can't. It would just anytime it doesn't. I mean, it's make a insight check.
I'm pretty good at those. Let's see me roll a 2.
No.
Yow.
The problem is, anytime you ask the Remainer something it doesn't know, it says, "I am incomplete. 2 of my memory indexes are missing." Right. Well, without memory meaning in digits, I can't answer. But you're starting to get the sense that that's a little misleading.
Oh, like he's
My own
No. No. Like, you're starting to like it's a little too good to be true. You mean like if I put these 2 things back together, then all of a sudden you know so everything?
It's more like,
no. It's got this default answer, which is, well, I don't have that memory inside me. You give me my 2 fingers and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
But what it doesn't know, it's like a lore master.
It
it's
doesn't
like
know what it doesn't know.
It doesn't. You can't point at something and say, "Hey, what's that?" It's like I don't have eyeballs. Like I can't. It can't see. Right. It can't see what Zoga sees. It doesn't know.
Right.
It doesn't know. It's not omniscient. It's just got an incredible depth of lore inside it.
Right. Part of me thinks we got to go for it.
You can hear hobgoblins approaching.
You'll
Time's up.
take a leap,
Let's
everybody.
take these leaves and set up an ambush. You know, like if we can creep up to them and get close, like we could get past those long spears and
But we want to get
take them by
past them
surprise.
because if we attack them, the invisibility's gone. We've only got 6 leaves.
Yeah, we need to agree upon a number of hobgoblins that's too many to ambush. I say 10.
That is a good idea.
I think 10 is too many, especially because of the polearm thing. Because like
I think
none of us have like ranged shit.
I think
So,
we
and
have to. I mean, I have ranged shit, but I'm also I just fought a woad beast. I think that if we want to get the most out of the invisibility, we have to basically not attack anything, not cast any spells, not do anything like that until we've got the orb. At that point, we can maybe start risking stuff, but I don't know.
If you,
I think it's better.
These guys are coming.
So when
Right,
you,
I
when
know,
you,
but I'm saying I think it's better for us to be invisible and to try and dodge them than to be invisible for 5 minutes and kill like 3 of them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we could. There's bushes.
I would like to amend answer I gave you guys a little bit earlier. The ruby arm does not know everything. So when you say like, "What's that black orb?" It would give some robotic version of what orb, right? But if it held it, different story.
Ooh.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the stuff that Zoga sees right now, the only thing that he is seeing is the orb. He is not getting any other information about like what else, like hobgoblins in the tower or anything like that, or the number coming towards us.
No.
Here's the thing. I like everything looks like I have normal vision right now. But like, actually here, I tell you what, like real quick, I'm going to like hand my sword to Lavellus, or to Orin rather. I don't know if Lavellus can lift it. I'll hand it to Orin and be like, hold this sword behind your back.
I'm gonna look confused, and then I'm gonna hold the sword behind my back.
Can I see my magic sword
Yeah.
through Orin?
Yep.
Yep. So
It's fainter. But yeah, you can see it.
So yeah, I can see. The reason I can see this orb is because it's magical. It has some connection with the same magic that is in that fruit. That's the same reason that Lavellus was able to see this like stealthing beast when she ate the fruit. So I can't see the hobgoblins, which, good news and bad news. Bad news is I can't see them. I can't count them. Good news, they aren't magical.
They aren't. Are they not carrying any magical items?
Nope.
They're just acid-blooded.
Yep.
Okay.
They are from the mundane world.
All right, everyone, take a leaf.
Let's eat some invisible shit.
Wait,
We gotta
so
hide somewhere in these trees just for a bit.
Well,
What's the plan?
Yeah.
I feel like the plan is be invisible, sneak past everyone, get the orb, sneak past everyone. There will be a time that goes south, but I would rather that time not be now with the first patrol that we come across.
Other question is like, should we be eating like those berries? Because if we do get caught out in the state that we're in, like that could be very bad.
You know what I'll do? Who looks the most wounded? Give me 2 seconds.
I do.
Koh isn't wounded. Zoga doesn't look bad at all. Vanasor's 13 down. Orin's 27 down.
I'll give a berry to Orin and a berry to Vanazor. And you can make your choices.
Can I, is this one of those things where I can set it up where if there's like a triggering thing, I can just eat the berry if it looks like we're about to get into a fight?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't take mine now either.
It's just like drinking a potion. It's something you can do as part of a move action.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Or a
just
minor
put it
action.
away. Put it away in a pouch,
Yeah.
whatever.
So don't forget to make a note in your inventory that you have an Ethpo berry.
Yeah, and Lavellus, you should mark them off.
I did. I have one left. Ethpo.
I'll spell that. Healing berry.
There you go.
Okay.
The plan is, this is just for Tom's sake. We're gonna eat the leaves. We're gonna go invisible. We're gonna try and sneak into the tower, steal the orb.
Find out what the orb does when we give it to the hand.
Yeah. Although when I say sneak, I think we're still going to be bad at sneaking, right? I think that we are all invisible. We go towards the tower. We get ourselves in advantageous positions if possible. But I think, again, only Koh does the sneaking.
How are we going to know when we're all near the orb? Should we make bird sounds or something?
Yeah, can we see
Because
each
we're all
other?
invisible, right? Shouldn't we be like,
Wait, did you guys eat the leaves?
No, we're asking
yet.
how are we going to know where each other are?
I mean, I've handed them out.
eat my leaf?
Like,
Do you
what
eat
if
your
we?
leaf?
What if
I
we
eat my
saved
leaf.
the
It
leaf?
It lasts for 8 hours, and
Koh
we've only
disappears.
got... Yeah.
I'm still
Like
here.
you guys
though.
actually, you guys actually can tell he's still there. There's like a heat haze shimmer, but if you didn't know what you were looking for, there'd be no way.
Well, one other person eat their thing and let us know if you can see each other.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like peanut butter.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
wild. I thought it was going to
eating
just
peanut
taste
butter
like
right now?
leaves.
Lavellus is eating her leaf.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you guys see each other?
Nope.
Now I'm wary.
What about the chalk or something? Like, obviously your clothes, or maybe the chalk can be used in some kind of way. All right then. This will figure it out. You should probably just eat
Yeah.
the leaves since they're already invisible, so might as well.
Fine. Vanasor eats the leaf.
All right, you guys are all actually. Is
Just
there a
getting out of the
I ate
thoroughfare.
my leaf. So are we just going to wait for these guys to pass, or are we going to try and go around them?
I think wait for them
It
to...
lasts 8 hours. I think wait for them to pass.
Yeah, we aren't in a rush.
I think I'm gonna.
Damn it. These guys can track though, right? You said that, Zoga. So they're
Well,
going
there's a
to
thing-
get to this point and then go, Well, they didn't move on from here.
There's a thing though where it's like you can. It's like I think it's like a thing where you can hide tracks or intentionally try to obscure your tracks.
Lavellus did that.
I did something like that when I was being hunted.
That might be a good idea then.
Yeah.
All right. Should is that like a?
That's just going to be part of a stealth check or a hide check or whatever it is.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't.
Abilities.
Yeah, just make.
Do y'all want me to leave like little dots when I reach an area with my chalk?
We don't want to give ourselves away.
Yeah, if these hobgoblins are good at tracking, we got to be careful, right?
Okay.
I don't want to give them too much to.
Well, and if we're quiet, like if they show up here and start looking for us, we might be able to just like
I'll just hold hands.
quietly move away.
So that white line points toward the tower.
Let's get ourselves a rendezvous.
So you guys ran this way to get here.
Right, at least we're saying we're going to meet where I set the fire or something like that, right? Let's have a rendezvous point.
Just in case we get lost.
What
Right.
about that original bush?
Yeah, and I think that when we're near hobgoblins, if we could do as little moving as possible, that's probably
Yep.
just to limit
Here they come.
any.
Oh,
Go hide.
go.
Oh, I'm here. Oh, I don't have the map open.
Oh, do you want me
Yeah.
to hide you? I'll hide you.
There you
You're
go.
with us.
Yeah, go ahead and hide me. Is it?
What?
Oh, thank you.
Reset.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6.
No, we're not fighting.
No, I'm joking.
Stop it.
If I were a better dungeon master, I would make Zoga and Sir Vanazor make willpower tests. To see,
Oh my God.
Can you resist?
I feel like they'd also need to make like a strength test because I'm pretty sure Orin
Or it
would
would be like,
grab
no,
both of them.
No.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, you
We
guys
have
are.
tried to obscure our tracks.
Yep. So you guys have. You guys are invisible, and you're hiding in the foliage of a tree. So you see. Actually, what's the? Isn't there a? No. Hang on a minute. Can I? No.
Wait a minute. Bloodskull Warcaster. That's a new one. Right?
Also, it looks like Blood Drink of Rain is here.
Oh, look at that. They're all moving together.
Yep. They are moving quickly. They're not really. They're not tracking. And they're just going to move right past you.
Yeah.
So unless you want to interrupt them.
Nope.
Oh no.
All right, back to the tower.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 6 came out. Do we remember roughly how many were there? When it was. There's one main guy not here, right?
Yeah, the flail of
The
Yonrog.
flail.
Flail of.
And one of the
Two
archers is
archers.
missing too.
But there's other archers too, definitely, like because they're only.
There's definitely at least 2 other archers plus the one that was with this guy plus whoever was upstairs.
I mean, like, yeah, they aren't just going to completely vacate the tower, right?
Yeah.
All right, to the bush. Well, once they get out of the way, keep moving down. Keep moving down.
Okay, well, they'll just keep going. They'll just keep going.
Okay.
Oh, so they're gone?
They go. Okay.
All right, yeah,
Can we pause here for a second and see if we hear anything?
sure.
I mean-
I'll go up here so I can see back down the track the way that they came.
I guess they can't see us, so technically, if we just stand here and we don't move or anything, we
Like,
can
you guys
stand
can't
here
even
and listen
see
and look.
each other. Right? So as long as you don't make a lot of noise. Uh-oh.
Can I see any more coming with my enhanced vision?
No, that's it.
All right,
All right. And
keep going then. Yeah.
yeah.
Stay off the road.
Okay, you guys go back to the tower, I take it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but like carefully.
Very carefully.
Anyway, back to the
Like
back to the tower.
porcupines making love.
Where's the tower? Ooh.
Did you just share the tower?
Yeah.
It didn't load. Oh, I guess
think-
it's just not loading for me.
I think I shut it.
Yeah, I see. I can see when people have it open, and then I can see when people close it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, it's just black at the moment.
So wait, are we, because this is tower interior, are we going inside like on the ground floor, or are we going to attempt to climb up the side? So we don't have to go inside?
Not loading for me.
Same.
Just black.
Can you just go to your
Probably my
because
fault.
you guys aren't
On the map.
you guys aren't on the map.
Oh.
So if I drop you guys on the map, you guys-
There we go.
Ah!
Terrifying.
Sorry. It's interesting that like Fantasy Grounds knows this is a map, right? Like if I just had a picture of Sauron contemplating his orb, you guys all would have been able to see it. But this is a map; it has lighting, so you had to be on it in order to see anything.
I've been burned before, so I'm not about to try doing any sneaking. I would rather be a lookout, and I'll just give a whistle.
Yeah, I
if
imagine
someone's
at least
coming.
one or two people in this party are giving Lavellus the side eye just to make sure that. Then I'll go, okay, we all ready? We all agreed? Wait.
You can't see
where'd
me,
the elf
just
go?
give me the
That's
side
true.
eye.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I definitely
That's true.
dodged your side eyes.
Got it. What was it? Stealth.
You can't see anything in the bottom level of the tower.
Do we hear anything like?
No, I don't think you would. Not from out here.
We want to.
Let's go.
So we
I mean,
could try and creep in the front, right?
Right.
Is the drawbridge still there?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we really only want, like, however many people we need to be insurance if things go south, right?
I think it's all of us. Because we're the people who are outside.
They're gonna know as soon as we like.
Well, I was
as soon as
gonna
this
stay
orb
outside and
starts
just
moving, they're gonna figure out something's up. So
yeah.
like,
But I was
they,
saying
they don't have your
earlier
vision. They
that
can't
he
see the
could,
orb.
like,
Or I mean,
How-
they don't have the supernatural ability to see the orb over great distances. So it's not like they're all going to see this orb suddenly start bobbing away.
well, if the orb is in a room with other
Yes, no,
hobgoblins,
correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
100%.
So basically, like, we we're probably gonna have to fight some hobgoblins.
I mean, it's D&D.
We,
wanna fight any.
so I feel like it's probably better if we stick together.
Yeah, last time that
I
we
just-
split up, it did not go well.
yeah, I just don't want to stack the deck against us by having so many people who are bad at stealthing, right? The closer that we can get to the orb without tripping the alarm, the better.
We could climb.
Yeah, I mean, I currently have a +1 to my athletics because I ate a magic flower.
What? Like, did you just go on like a drug trip? Is that what happened?
A bit, yeah.
How many plants did you eat?
Yeah, sounds like Skyrim. You just run around eating everything in your mouth.
I ate at least 3. You would have loved the nectar. You would have loved the
Butterfly
nectar.
wings, antlers.
Yeah,
You
I
notice
just
that
didn't
she
have
starts
any like
blowing up
vials
like a
or
giant
anything.
blueberry, and her skin starts
Oh my
turning.
God.
Her skin starts turning purple.
It was a trip, man.
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet.
So if we do a climbing thing, Oren's very good at climbing. So I
Yeah,
think
same.
it would be just, she wouldn't even think about it. She would just assume that Lavellus is going to piggyback. Because Lavellus has weak arms.
Okay.
It's climbing on athletics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to chip any
stand
more
on that
fingers
as well.
off of that ruby hand either. So
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. I'll just have like a little papoose that you put like cats in.
Here's the thing, right? If we're all going to climb, Colville's going to make us roll, right?
Yeah.
Why you say it like that? Like that's not the rule. Like
we
that's
could-
there
we
are
could
rules
just,
for these things.
Someone could just walk in and have a little look inside this tower, see if there's anything on this bottom floor, right?
Yeah, if anyone's gonna do that, it has
Gathering
to be the sneaker.
intelligence.
Yeah, let's go and gather some intelligence.
I mean, it has.
Okay,
it does
when we
have to
say
be
let's
Koh, though.
just
I don't want
Koh.
to climb yet. Yeah, let's not climb yet.
Well, Cole's.
I put my weird ruby hand on your shoulder in comfort.
That's Zoga.
Oh,
I'm over here.
because if there's no hobgoblins, we don't need to do any climbing. Go and have a peek, Koh.
So Koh has already made his stealth check.
Also,
what?
okay,
Yikes.
so can we at least cross? Okay, I'm just showing you. Can we at least cross the bridge to be like near the wall if we do decide that we want to climb?
Cool. Don't get too close to the arches.
We see any traps?
Yeah, I always want to be perceiving traps.
I mean, if you guys want to like make perception checks, you can.
ABP, always be perceiving.
Yeah.
Always be charging. Yeah, you don't find any traps.
Where the hell did my dice tower go?
Did everyone see that hover on the 17 for 1,000 years and then
Yes.
tip over to the 3?
Yep.
That was cruelty.
Yep. You don't notice
Okay,
anything.
that didn't work. Where is my...
There are no traps out here.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
Yikes.
What?
All right, well, fine.
Do we want to have Koh climb up
We have
this tower?
such good bonuses.
Ah,
We got
there we are.
nothing.
What do your dragon eyes see?
I'm happy to climb up. You told me where the orb is.
Oh, wait.
I don't want you to
Hang
go
on.
into the tower yet. Just like climb up, peek your invisible head over the ramparts, and like take a look inside the top floor of the tower. See if you can get a head count,
Okie dokie.
and then come back down.
What's this
I'm
thing?
gonna make.
Oh, that's no problem. Yeah, you guys, if you guys could see Koh, it'd be awesome. He's kicking ass. So you climb up and you can look in through the arrow slits and you see the middle floor, and there's no one in the middle floor. And then here in the top floor, actually that's not, I lied to you, Koh. I'm going to delete this one.
No worries.
You notice 2 archers on the second floor.
2 archers on the second floor.
Yep.
Nobody on the middle floor.
The second floor is the middle floor.
Oh, okay. 2 archers.
There's the
on the
ground floor, which is the first floor, and then there's the second floor, which has 2 archers. And then you see this. How do you see this? There we go. So, there's a bunch of dudes here, right? As you can see.
Yes.
And however, these guys, right, of which there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they look very dispirited and badly equipped, and they remind you of the dudes the very first patrol you fought out on the outskirts of the tower when you first arrived on the map that you dispatched very easily. But then there's two like what are these guys? There's 2 like super archers up here.
Super arch.
Yeah, they look a lot more experienced than the. You can't hear that, Odie. Shut up.
Sorry.
These two guys look like better archers than the ones you fought before. And then this guy you remember from the last battle. He's like a heavily armed priest.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, so 9. What's this? Wait, can I see this stuff? I don't know if I can click.
Hang
Hold
on,
on.
actually. No, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here that's interactable. Hang on one second.
Oh, okay.
Talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I look for something. There is a. Oh, actually. How do you spell pedestal?
Pedestal.
Thank you.
Oh my god, it's like I'm back in the spelling bees. That was
You know,
so
like
weird.
I think like Americans are the only ones that do. Not Americans. English speakers are the ones that do spelling bees.
I think a lot of other languages are easier to spell.
Yeah, that's the thing.
like-
That's the thing is that English is no other languages are not as fucked up as English, where you have homonyms and all this crazy nonsense through. Yeah, there's definitely a pedestal here, but it's you don't see an orb. You just see a cloth draped over, like a dirty cloth draped over some spherical object on the top of thingy.
It seems like a place that an orb would be. Okay, well, I'm satisfied with this information. I would return down and relay to what I assume is Zoga. Let him know.
They're all gone. They're all gone.
Oh, but
It just left.
Somebody make a noise.
You know, it'd be really funny, you guys.
there are 9 of them. There's one very scary looking one. A couple of I don't know if you have a word for these, but I'm going to call them super archers. A few of the weaker ones from the patrol. And then they have some sort of dirty cloth over something spherical.
The orb.
Yeah, probably. Or a globe.
I can still see it, right? If I look up at the top of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Definitely more than I was hoping. Although 5 of them are basically 1 hit point, right?
6.
And then and then there was 2 archers on the middle floor, 2 super archers on the top floor, and then some priest guy.
Yep. With a flail.
With a flail. So that's old flailing Yonrog, or his
the
name.
flail of Yonrog.
Hey.
Was this top area exposed to there's no ceiling on it or
No, there's a top to it. There's a ceiling.
Okay.
It's not in good repair. But yeah, there's a heavy wooden framework and then wooden slats on the frame.
Okay.
Are the super archers in this tower nearest to us?
No, they're not in a tower. They're guarding the
up floor.
Yeah.
They're in the orb room.
Yeah, they're
Gotcha.
in the orb room.
Well, what do you think, gang?
I don't know. Well,
gut is telling. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just say, we don't have to worry too much about the 6 of them, right? We dispatched those real easy. So really, it's the flail guy and the 4 archers that we need to.
The flail guy.
So what my gut is telling me
mucked
is
me up real bad.
Yeah.
If we can climb up this. If we climb up this tower to the top floor and try our best to just creep in there and get to within striking range of the priest guy, if we can take him by surprise, we might be able to just take him out in one fell swoop.
I don't know about that.
Killing him that easily.
Well, I mean, if we take the berries, we all have our dailies back, as well as our action points, I'm assuming, and our second wins. Is that right, Matt?
I'm sorry, say that again. Yeah, it's just like you took a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I do have all my grappling stuff, as well as my mark, and then I have my daily. It lets me do a 2-weapon attack, and then it makes it, if I hit, it makes it even easier for me to hit that person. So ideally, whenever it comes to taking down big bads, the best thing we can do is try to knock them prone, because I believe that gives us advantage on hits, and maybe even, and it's probably some other good stuff, and it uses up half the movement anyway to get up. Because I'm also trying to think by grappling or by bull rushing and everything else, we could effectively kick this guy out the window.
Zoga, real quick. How are you in terms of powers right now?
I'm a little short on them, but I don't have any that are crazy bursty anyway. I've still got my necro longsword, the Deathstalker sword. I've still got that one. I've still got second wind. I've still got my at will powers are pretty good combos with Orin's abilities. So
I'm gonna hand Zoga the last berry.
All right. If you're sure.
I'm not, but I'm gonna do it.
Like my war chief gut is telling me, like, as soon as we move this orb, they're gonna know something's up. We can't assume that we're all gonna be able to get up there without alerting them to our presence in some small way, right? We're gonna have to fight these guys if we want to take this orb.
How many people have we like peeked around the corner into the bottom floor of the tower to see how many are in there?
Yeah, there's nobody in the bottom floor.
Should we go ahead and remove the plank from the bottom? Just toss it into the moat?
It's a great idea.
We should set up some kind of a trap, right? Like,
instead of tossing it into the moat, let's pull it inside. Because we could just like creep up the stairs, take out the 2 archers on the middle floor.
We can be able to move a massive plank without making a load of noise.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's got to learn, isn't it?
We also, as soon as we attack, we become uninvisible, right?
Yeah, the archers aren't minions, by the way.
Right.
So real quick, on the top floor with the orb, there's Flail. There's, you said some kind of cleric or healer looking.
Same dude.
Oh, okay.
The cleric, healer looking dude is the flail guy.
Yeah.
And then how many minion looking guys are there?
There are 6 Bloodskull grunts.
Okay. Spear people?
None.
Archer people?
2. And they seem like they're more heavily equipped than the ones you guys fought so far.
Okay.
And then we've got 2 more archers on the middle floor, and that's it.
Yep,
that's what's in this tower that we know of.
And we don't want anyone getting sent to Equinox in this fight.
Right.
That takes
That's a
3
good
arrows,
point.
though.
Well, there's a orb in here.
That's true. Who knows what it can do? Me, but apart from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any benefit to trying to create another distraction since the bottom floor is empty? By if there's like a door.
I have to think there is. There's got to be something we can do to sort of thin out this group before we try and do anything stupid.
We could pull up the bridge. Maybe they'd go down to investigate, and then we climb up the tower. But I still think that it kind of amounts to the same thing, right? Like we want to take advantage of our invisibility until it's a good opportunity to strike, right?
Right. It would almost be like you say, Schmuck, if we could get up there without being detected, and we're like, 2 of us around Flail guy, another 2 are on the super archers.
Yeah,
we get all those surprise attacks, like bang, 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 bang.
Exactly.
But the archers, remember that the archers don't go down in one, and those were the weaker archers.
Right. I don't think Flailhead will either, but we'll get a bit of a run and jump on them.
I don't think it can. I don't think that'll do enough, but I'm struggling to think of other things that we could do. I mean, we could do like a run rabbit run and have someone try to draw a couple extra out of the tower, but I mean, at most they'll only send a couple, right?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah, but if we have just one person, right? Like, I don't know, or cause a ruckus just enough to let Koh sneak in, grab the orb while they're already focused on the rest of us, and then we just bolt.
Like rather than
the
orb.
I don't want to fight to the death here, right? Like, yeah, we might be able to take them because there's only a few of them, but I don't know if it's the smartest thing to do right now.
It's like a smash and grab, basically, is what you're suggesting?
I'm suggesting that maybe the 4 of us do something to get their attention, bring them all downstairs. Koh grabs the orb, he gives a signal, we all run.
I don't think all of them are going to come downstairs. I would be pretty surprised if the flail and the 2 reinforced archers come down. We might be able to get the minions to come down, but even then they're 1 hit point apiece. So
I don't know if the tower is under siege again and everyone else is gone.
Is the orb floating, by the way?
Is the orb
Or is it
what?
it's on a pedestal, right?
It's on a pedestal.
We just torch it, torch the bottom floor.
It's mostly stone.
Ah, bugger.
Koh has a club, right?
What if we?
Oh, you
Could you
wanted me
just
to
go up there
up and hate
T-ball
that
and then you
bat
just
at
bat it out the window? And then we all
my
fucking run?
gosh.
Home run.
Home run, home run.
It would
Nice.
literally just see me after the home run strike, like touching the orb. I would become visible, and then have 9 hobgoblins with like all looking at me as their precious orb was just
Explode out the window.
So the surprise of it might give you some advantage here, which is like, but here's the other thing. We need to make sure that if anybody touches the orb or whatever, like that you are grounded, that you have a piece of iron connecting you to stone, which is like this tower basically, and that's probably what that pedestal is. The pedestal is probably made of iron, I'm guessing. I don't know if you recognized it as not being stone.
I didn't pay a lot of attention to the pedestal. I was mostly counting the hobgoblins.
Yeah. 'Cause the only thing is like, if somebody touches it, like the potential, maybe they could get transported into Dusk, and that would be scary because all of a sudden we would be down a fighter on this side and they would be on the other side.
What if I just grab the cloth part of the orb and then I run around trying to touch the different hobgoblins with it?
Oh my god.
Send them all to the other one.
It's like dodgeball.
Yes.
I just think that whatever we do, it can't take too long because they're not going to be out looking for us for forever. But I'm not convinced that we can kill these hobgoblins quickly enough. I'm not worried about the grunts. The grunts will be dead.
Yeah.
But the archers are going to have just enough health to cause us trouble, right? Like that was part of what happened last time, was that we got tied up with the archers and the spearmen. I mean, there's no spearmen, thankfully, but
There are.
So
There's not the
also,
tower.
not all of us have to attack or
All of us
use
don't have to
anything.
attack.
Because like, if that breaks us out of invisibility, then I mean, if some of us don't attack, then they can stay invisible and be able to escape with the orb, which people will be able to see, but they won't be able to see you, presumably.
The orb.
So I've seen this
hey,
floating orb.
do items that we're holding turn invisible when we turn invisible? Like as in when we ate the leaves,
cool.
the things that were on us turned invisible, right?
Yep. That'd be wouldn't be very useful otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm assuming things that we weren't holding at the time wouldn't.
If you pick something up right now, it would look like it was floating around. But then if you put it inside a piece of clothing or something, it would disappear.
Okay.
Okay. I
think that knowing the spear people are not there, I am much more inclined to
Those
go
spear
up there.
guys are no joke, and those are the like most common. They're the grunts,
Yeah.
not literally the grunts. They're the they're the rank and file warriors of the Bloodskull tribe.
I mean, I'm happy to go along with it if that's what people want to do. I just think that there might be something else that we can do to try to skew things in our favor.
Whenever you were up there, did it seem like is there like a door with like a door on it, like leading into that upper tower room?
Yeah, there's there at the south end of the tower, there's a stairwell going down.
There's no door though.
Maybe we could block.
Oh.
I didn't see like a door, but there's like a hallway,
Here.
spirally hallway,
There's no reason
like
to be,
classic.
There's no reason to be stingy about this stuff. This is what Koh is describing to you.
What in the world?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
That was weird.
I
for a
like the
second.
blood that's loaded in before the map has. That's
There's a bunch of
terrifying.
question marks all over it.
The Riddler.
Yeah, I was going to say the Riddler.
Being
This is
here.
the Riddler's headquarters.
Riddle me this, Koh.
Can you guys see the image?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's catapults in here.
Broken ones, yeah.
Okay.
That would have been cool to put the orb in a catapult.
Yeah, this is you're looking at many different layers of history. Right? The Gold built this place, and when the Gold built it, there was no roof. And then somebody else came along and installed these catapults, and they are long ruined. And then somebody else, humans probably, came and built all the wooden stuff, like the wooden roof. Also, I just like the way this map has this, you can see the wooden plank down there, but it's out of focus. That's cool.
Neat.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So should we try and start with the archers, maybe?
If we're attacking, I'm starting with everyone.
I do have a burst. So if it's a situation where the others get close enough, I have a close burst one, which would kill all the minions.
Move the orb.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I nearly did something without consulting the group just then.
That has
Then I
gone
just
super well in the
suddenly-
past.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this. This is cool as fuck. This
let
feels
me
real. This has real tension to it. It feels like your decisions have weight and consequence.
Let me pitch a potential future to you, all right?
Mhm.
I wander out into the middle of the field and, I don't know, cast a spell into the air, whatever, make myself visible, and I call them out like I challenge them, right? And I try to draw everyone to just one side of the tower, just to look over the edge, just so they're all in the one place.
Do you have more ferns, or do we eat it all?
I have one more fern.
Left.
Because you
You
could
like
do
put
that,
it under your tongue.
and then cyanide capsule it.
Yeah.
Remember the tooth. The fern. Remember the fern. The fern.
Oh, also, while you were in the other chat, we agreed that if you distill all of the fern leaves together, you make invisibility.
I just hearing it again.
So proud.
Because I mean, you
Koh
all are
dies
the ones
again.
who can climb.
Just
He
dies
just
on
goes,
the spot.
Yeah.
The magic dust runs
a
out.
giant meteor falls out of the sky and just crushes specifically Koh.
Well, why don't we agree on a plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the two competing ones are go in and try to attack them and take the orb by force, and Lavellus, the clever fern challenge.
Let us.
Let us plan.
I'm slightly scared that the moment that you do that, though, like they will just rain down with
Oh,
arrows.
cool. I can do it
upon
on
you,
an individual
and-
record.
Right.
These hobgoblins worry me, right? They're tactically really good. I mean, when me and Koh went down, they threatened us. They were basically executing us. But they wanted us dead. They've been like, I don't know, the way they've acted, they've not been like stupid grunts, right? They've been very tactically clever. And I don't know if like just these kind of distractions, I don't think they're stupid enough all to go and look out through the same window, you know? It's almost like if they heard something, old flail face would go to one of the grunts. What's that going on out there?
OD,
And it would just,
OD gets inspiration.
Yeah.
A
I don't know what that does. I think it's like an extra action point.
oh, cool.
cool. Neat.
And so, but that doesn't really.
Yeah, they might have some-
All I'm
maybe
doing
they're-
is putting another wrench in the works. I'm just saying that they're
Well,
smarter.
it's like an important consideration, right? Because what
They're
would happen?
smarter than other D&D monsters we've fought, right?
Yeah, well, I think that's the tricky thing, right? Is that with both of our plans at the moment, I think with one of the plans, they're smarter than that, and with one of those plans, they're tougher than that.
Yeah,
I think that's the issue that I have right now.
I mean, like, could they be like expecting us? Like, there are 3 floors here. They left the plank down, and they're all on the top floor about this orb. Like,
That's true.
like the second anything happens, they will do something in response that they probably have talked about. They sent people out there to find us, but left a sizable number back here on one floor.
Is there a symbol for Yanrog?
Well, they think
Yeah.
that they're coming after. They think that they're coming after 4, like, supremely wounded people and 1 dead guy.
But they might think we're part of a scouting party of a larger force, right?
Oh, that's true.
They don't
Yeah.
know that. They don't know what we're about.
What if? Okay, this is bad because I'm about to speak very mechanically rather than, narratively. We're all expecting that the minute that the orb lifts up, that they're all going to be high alert.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there are 2 possibilities there. One, Koh could shove the orb under his shirt and then they just can't see him again. Or he gets the other leaf and eats it and goes invisible again, whatever. Or how fast is Koh? Like, could you grab it and run down the stairs, and we've all readied actions to just blast anyone who comes down that staircase.
Oh shit! I have face step. Like I could take this berry and like just go into there and then like grab the thing, face step out of the tower, and like I might fall, but like I'm not gonna die. So
then we pull the plank
we'll
out.
catch you. We'll catch
Right.
you.
As you come out, we move the plank.
I will
Like,
catch you.
so they're
I
stuck
will
in
wait till-
And then they're stuck in a tower. Face step in, grab the orb, face step out, take the plank away. They're stuck in a tower. Sure, there's some archers, but
I kind of love
flipping
that.
the bird.
the rest
And
of
in
them.
that scenario,
And then we peg it.
is face step one of those things that would get rid of the invisibility?
It's not a spell.
No, it would
It's
not.
not a spell.
It's not. It doesn't require an attack roll, saving throw, anything like that.
So they can try and shoot us, but we're invisible. And we can ground ourselves first if we want to.
Shit, yes, we'd still be invisible. That's true. So they'd be firing at nothing.
Well, you guys don't even have to go up. Is what
No,
I'm
that's
saying.
exactly.
Yeah.
But, well, actually, if when we move the plank, would that get rid of our invisibility? Bridge, I mean, whatever.
I think it's just,
No, it'll just make a shitload of noise.
Okay, well,
it's
that's
just like
fine.
attack and spell casting, right?
That's fine because we don't want them running out of tower.
Yeah.
We want to keep them in there.
Yeah, I mean, the only tricky thing there is that Orin isn't great at stealth, so, like, getting up to the orb is trickier, but I like that plan better than the others.
What if the flail master can see invisibility?
Well, I mean, look. What if you can cast disintegrate? There's like.
Yeah.
They didn't see you whenever you popped your head up, so
Well,
That's true.
how close do you have to get for a phase step to work, Anna?
I mean, I'm just I don't know where the orb is from this map or
It's in
But,
front of
like-
the. It's in front of that chair.
Okay.
I looked for. Let's see if I can find it better.
So all I have to do is get up there, and then I just have to move 15 feet to be basically like, or actually 10 feet to be right in front of the square, right next to it. And then essentially what I do is I reach out, grab it, and then face step out, back out the window where I can see. I mean, it would all happen pretty fluidly the way that I'm thinking about it. Like, it's not going to take like 2 turns to do it or anything like that. Unless I'm
that's
like
pretty neat.
misunderstanding this mechanically.
Do you want to run it by me again so I can let you know if it would work or not?
Yeah, so what I'm talking about doing is basically climbing up to the side of the tower.
1 sec, sorry. Go on.
Climbing up the side of the tower to the little crenellation at 1 o'clock. Or
Sure, I know.
12:30 or whatever. 1 o'clock. And then coming through there, walking through the 2 squares, so the orb is like right in front of me, while still invisible. And then I grab the orb, and then I face step basically back out, all the way out to where I would fall to the ground if nobody's there to catch me.
Okay.
And what I'm wondering is, like, my assumption is that it would not take 2 turns.
No. If you start your turn like if you climb up to that like I assume you're talking about. Well, actually, I can do this.
Whatever they're called. Right, the symbol.
If you're talking about like climbing up here. Right? Can you see that little one?
Yep,
Okay,
I
great.
can.
So yeah, you're talking about climbing up there. If that's where you started your turn, right? It would take you would take your movement action to get to the orb, and then you use your standard action, convert it into use your standard action to face step back, and that's 8 squares. Maybe you wouldn't. That's
Oh, it's not square by square on this.
no, it's 2 by the 1 square on here is 2 by 2. Like I can show you the map if the thing if you want. Nerd.
I can only face step 5.
Well, that's a problem for your plan.
Well, what if we went up the other side of the tower?
Still not enough.
So she's standing here.
Standing in
right?
that square.
And she goes 1,
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4, and then 5 would put her here, which is where she wants to
Yes. We should go up the other side then.
And then when you phase step, you'll just drop.
Yeah.
be. So she'll face step out, and then she'll be just hanging in the air, and she can't fly. So
Somebody has to catch me.
10% chance a giant dragon has seen the fire and will come and snatch her out of the air.
Oh, that'd be cool. Let's
Will
jump
you-
on its
will
head
you
like
be-
every other animal.
Fly
Look what I
off the
found!
Will you be visible when after you face step?
Nope. I won't be visible on the way in, and I won't be visible on the way out unless somebody smacks me.
Yep.
Cool.
So we won't be able to catch you.
Well, we know. We know what window you're going in.
Well, I won't have the orb like underneath my jacket or anything. So technically, you would see the orb falling.
That's true.
Catch the orb.
That would
I
be
will
so
catch
funny
you.
if you guys hadn't thought about that. Anyway, yeah. Catch the orb.
Well,
catch
yeah.
It's
Since I can-
it's the
Since I
OD
can
game.
since I can see the orb, I'll hang out on that side of the tower and try and catch you.
You catch me, Zoga?
Actually, yeah, Anna, you could hide it. When you get it, you could hide it.
How
face
disgustingly
it.
romantic.
And then, yeah,
Quiet.
that's true. You could hide it straight away.
But
Like,
what
just
can I-
grab the
what
orb,
am I gonna
hide
hide
it.
it in?
Just as long as you put it under your whatever you're
Under my
wearing.
skirts?
Cloak.
Yeah, if you like, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, under your cloak. They won't be able to see it
Yeah.
because it will go invisible as well. So that will confuse them even more. Ooh.
One thing that I would like to say just before it gets lost in the weeds is that since they have this covered by a rag, it might be wise to keep it covered with the
Oh
rag.
yeah. I'm not Lord of the Ringsing this shit.
Yeah.
I'm covering that.
Yeah, definitely just touch it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm just gonna rip it off and see what happens.
They might all die.
Maybe.
You stand in front of it, and then when they get really close to it, you move and you make them touch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's a pretty good plan.
It's the plan.
All right. Plan is we're gonna go over to this other side of the tower.
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb up because I'm very strong
Yep.
to the window up here where the little one square is, and then I'm going to walk in.
You can, yeah.
And I'm going to grab the orb and stuff it in my cloak or something like that. And then I'm just gonna face step out.
Yep. And then as you fall, Zoga catches you so you can see the orb.
Yep.
Then
We can be ready
flee.
to.
We
Yeah.
don't even need to touch the. We don't need to touch the drawbridge. We don't need we can just
do we not
run
want
out
to
of.
do that? Do we not want to do that though? Do we want to
No.
get the
I don't think it's a
drawbridge out
bad
of the way?
idea to move the drawbridge, and we can be ready to pull the drawbridge the
Yeah.
minute you come back over it.
Then they can't get out.
It would
Yeah.
at least like take them a long time to
would.
get out.
Let's
Start
do
coming
it.
after us.
Let's do that, right?
All right.
Slow them down.
So once we know you've dropped,
We're across the
And-
bridge,
and
and then
you'll-
we can pull it out.
yeah,
Or pull the bridge across.
yeah.
Well, since this does not involve, as far as you know, combat, do you want to try this? And if it ends up with something going south and it's initiative, then we'll pick that up next week? Or do you guys want to do the whole thing next week?
I think that sounds good. We'll end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait,
I'm
so
down to try it.
you're okay, down to try it. All right, well.
Wait,
I
that's
think I
that's
am-
what you meant, Dale, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That's what I want.
I am gonna eat that berry.
Do it.
Yeah, eat that berry.
I eat the berry.
Okay, stand by.
Let me check it off in my thing.
You're pretty injured.
Rest. Extended rest. There you go. Well, you're back to being full elf.
Full elf.
Pointers. Remove all pointers. Okay. Annie, you want to join me in the private chat?
Oh yeah,
wow.
It's not like they're up there. They can't. The rest of the party can't see what happens. You're invisible.
Okay.
Orin, I'm going to put you on the MAP. Actually, you're up. You want to be up here.
Well, no, I want to be on the other side.
That's right. You want to be over here. Why go
Yes.
up? Why go up one way and come down another way? Okay. So here's what you got to do. You got to make a stealth check
I know.
because they can't see you, but they might hear you. So what happens if I here grab this and just do that? Will you see it?
Oh, I don't see it.
Okay.
Does it give me my bonus
Yep.
of 0?
No, I give you +2 because you're invisible. All right. So what skews does this dude have? Nope, doesn't have perception. Oh, he has a little bit of perception. It rolled off the chart, but I saw off the table, but I saw what it was. Okay, what are you gonna do? You see the map as Koh described it. You can see the flail of Yonrog, who's their cleric, and these guys are like on high alert, and they're fidgeting, and they're two of the grunts start whispering to each other, and the flail of Yanma goes, which you intuit means quiet.
Has anybody looked my way?
Nope.
Let me think, because I talked about going up to the thing and then face stepping out. But now that I'm here, I'm wondering if it wouldn't be a better
I just
idea.
Kill all these motherfuckers.
Oh my god, can you imagine? If I go back down and I was like, guys, job's taken care of. Like I walk out the front door.
This whole tower.
Oh my god.
That would be epic.
Fun.
That would be epic. But
I'm wondering though if it might not be a better idea for me to face step to the orb, grab it, and then just run out. Like sneak and stealth be damned, because I'm not 100% certain that I've done this well enough.
Well, I mean, you're not, you don't, they don't appear to be alerted to your presence.
Yeah.
Right? They're not in any way reacting to anything you've done. They just seem to be on high alert, which is how Koh described them.
Yeah.
But you also know that now that like you're faced with the 25 feet of distance or whatever it is, you may be acutely aware of the fact that you are a warrior, right? You rely on armor and swords and not being quiet.
The other thing that we should have discussed, I mean, we kind of talked about it beforehand, was the whole iron grounding thing.
If something happens that causes initiative to be rolled, then we'll stop and pick it up next week.
Well, it's more that like, if I grab the orb and something about that would have caused me to go into Equinox or something, like I would have prepared for that. Because I mean, I talked about like, I was joking about toe rings, but obviously with me being the one to go grab the orb and being aware of like the potential for some fuckery to happen, like I would have taken some kind of precautionary measures so that did not happen.
Well, are you saying, Matt, can we agree that I would have done that?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I don't know what those guys thought, but I had brought it up a few times.
Well, what's the actual method you're going to use?
Because the way that whenever I first read that, I was like, oh, horseshoes. But obviously, you don't wear horseshoes.
I mean, if you were a horse, it would work, right? But you can't just put horseshoes at the bottom of your feet or bottom of your shoes, because what the Remainer said was the iron has to touch your flesh and the ground.
Yeah. Ground can just mean like dirt, right? Or like does the dirt have to be on the ground, or can it be like
you can't just carry some dirt around with you. It's got to be
fill my boots with dirt and put a coin in there.
No, that wouldn't do it. It has to be. It's not the property of soil. It's the reality of the planet, of the Earth.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because like the only thing I could think of is that like, obvious, like it would be like boots or something, right? Like if my boot was directly touching, or my foot was directly touching the boot, which was directly touching stone or the ground, that seems like it would be grounding enough.
Sure. Yeah. If you like. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to give you any ideas, but yeah, if you had. Yeah. I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
If you hammered a nail through your boot.
That's actually what I was thinking, but that sounded so ridiculous that I was just like.
I think anything. The thing is, there's no non-ridiculous way to do this. I don't think.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing I thought of, only because as a kid I accidentally stepped on a nail and it went through my flip-flop, and that sucked. I had to get a tetanus shot. Anyway,
I had a tetanus shot once. It sucked.
They fucking suck. Okay, well, that's what Oren would have done probably, barring any other reasonable solution.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Okie dokie. So I think Oren's gonna go ahead and start moving forward normally, but if she detects that like any of these hobgoblins like look her way, like she might have gotten caught out, it's gonna be like an immediate phase step, and then she's just gonna try and bolt back. Yeah, I'm gonna make my way in.
Okay.
And then see. Ooh, I don't know what I've just done.
This map has I have to approve your movement turned on.
Oh, I see.
Okay, you can move there.
Do I notice anything? No problem?
No, they don't. No one notices or says anything. This is cool. This is classic D&D bullshit. I feel like encounters like this have been happening literally since the 1970s.
If I move to here, and if I move to here, so I have 6 movement. If I move this way to get to this point, am I close enough to grab the orb, or do I have to be here?
So the orb is, unfortunately for you, right there.
Okay, that's no problem.
That's the actual space it's in. So you've got to be, you know,
Got it.
Yeah, you get it. You've got to be here.
Yeah.
Oops.
Let me. I mean, that's totally possible because I'm basically just trying to kind of go around this guy versus walking straight across next to him.
Yeah, you got that. No problem. Well, I mean, you're not going to. Yeah, that's fine. That's smart. And you can totally do it. Right.
Okay. Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got plenty of movement.
Yeah. The goal is to end up there because once I face step, it doesn't matter if I face step past him and out the window.
All right. Well, start moving your character, and I'll tell you when to stop, if ever.
Says I moved 4, but you know the direction that I went.
Yeah. So I'm going to say cancel that. So when you move here, this dude goes like, what the fuck? What did you anybody hear anything? What? And he just like looks over in your direction. He's not looking at you. He's just like, what was that?
And if I freeze?
I know. Do you freeze?
I would definitely freeze. I would just freeze for a second and see if he just goes back to fucking off and thinking about he's not getting paid enough.
This dude looks at him and then goes, what?
Okay. I think at this point, rather than more of them getting a little curious about what's happening here, is
you're free to do what you want. I mean,
yeah, I don't break invisibility with like running or anything like that, right?
Nope. You just make a lot of noise. That's all.
I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I would just make a quick dash.
Okay.
To grab whip my cloak around to throw it over the orb and wrap it up, and then try to face step out.
All right.
As planned.
As you throw you're able to, no problem, get your butt over here. And these guys, they're like afraid to say anything almost, right? Like, I don't want to piss off the flail. But they're definitely like, what is it me? Is there something going on? And then when you throw your cloak over the orb, it disappears from their point of view, not from yours. And one of them says, "The orb!" Actually, it doesn't say it in English.
Right. I get the idea, though.
Yeah. And then you face step.
I face step. Okay.
So you're like...
Let me do 1.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead and do it.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. All right.
Bring.
Boop. Okay. Let's go back to the main chat.
Okay.
Zoga.
Okay.
Yes.
You see the orb translocate from where, because you can see it, and then all of a sudden it's like 25 feet closer to you and hovering in the air above the I think Lavellus can see this too, because she's still under the effect of the sharp vision.
Ready to catch.
I'm gonna make my best guess at like how an elf would be holding it and attempt to just do a fireman catch.
Go ahead and make an athletics check. This could be bad if you fail.
Oh God.
Don't fail.
Oh my goodness.
That looks okay.
Yeah.
That looks.
Zoga.
Yeah, you take. Oops, sorry, Demelza doesn't do the damage to you. You're gonna take 6 points of damage because Orin is
Demelza appears.
Is heavy.
Oh my
Stabs you.
There you go. You take 6 points of damage as a heavily armored half elf not half elf, full elf, high elf, a heavily armored high elf slams into you from 30 feet in the air, but you got her.
All right.
Nice.
I did it. We have to go.
Yeah, run round.
Yeah,
Run.
Get over the bridge.
you can hear the hobgoblins at the top of the tower shouting and freaking out.
Yes.
Run.
All right. Are we gonna get the bridge up? Well, we'll wait for you to come round.
We wait for the call.
I'm sure you guys hear our footsteps just going like boom, 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 boom as we're hammering our way across.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
absolutely.
So,
At that point, we're not trying to be sneaky. We're invisible, but not sneaky.
Koh, Lavellus, Servanazor, something invisible is running across the.
yeah.
Either it's the hobgoblins and you're about to strand your friends, or it's them and you're about to strand the hobgoblins. Pull the bridge!
Right.
Pull the bridge!
Yeah, me and Koh are gonna
All right.
pull the bridge.
All right. You guys all. You guys have. You guys have the orb. You're free to contemplate it, and you all level up.
Yes.
Ooh, level up.
Oh, it's time to ponder this orb.
Yes. Whee! Oh my gosh! Yes.
Oh, what level I am? 3, I think, right? Yeah, 3.
All those minions are fired.
That is what's up.
I'm so proud of us. Look at Wöderhead go.
Face step at it again.
It works.
Oh,
Can you imagine how
So
different this
good.
entire adventure would have gone if Anna wasn't playing a high elf?
right?
Oh man.
Ooh. Ooh, boy.
So
Can you imagine if we were all playing high elves?
that would be crazy. Like if you guys were all playing high elves, you might just be able to fucking go into Equinox if you want to. So
We'd
I
just
guess
be like backup
I guess,
squad.
Yeah. So 4. Now Lavellus, remember what the arm does.
I do remember what the arm does. I do have a question about that, but should I ask you here now or later?
Yeah, that's fine.
So do I treat it as though I am both an Avenger? Like, do I have to start from level 1 Avenger?
No,
or
anytime you get new powers, you can just choose an Avenger power of that same level.
Dick! I'm so excited.
Sounds cool.
excited.
Avenger powers.
This sounds really cool.
Lavellus didn't explain the fact that she was artificially evolved.
It seems like a lot to explain.
Does Remainer know what the orb is now? I guess we haven't got time to.
Oh, we can do that next time.
You don't want to give the.
Love this drawing.
I mean, I don't know whether Matt has stuff ready or not.
I can tell you what happens if anybody unwraps the orb and touches it, including Lavellus.
Yeah, stick it in my ruby arm.
It's a solid black piece of onyx. It actually is so smooth that it reflects light. Like it's highly polished, and it is very dense.
Are you holding it with your ruby hand?
ruby arm, yeah.
So you touch the orb with your ruby hand, Lavellus. Is that what you're saying?
Wait. We have to ground. Before you touch anything, you have to ground.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hammer a nail in your foot.
Yeah,
I mean, worst case scenario, I do have some black arrows, but
Anna, or rather Oren, before she climbed the tower, she took a nail and shoved it through her boot and then bent it so that her bare foot touches it inside the boot and the nail touches the ground on the outside of the boot.
dope. Yeah, grounding is probably a good idea. You're probably right.
I had to ruin a perfectly good pair of boots. They're no longer waterproof.
I mean, these are elf high boots. They're really nice.
Yeah.
They'd be worth a lot of money for in human lands.
Have a big hole in it.
Well, now they're an heirloom. This is your one of your possibly many artifacts from the war against the Shadow Elves.
Oh, yeah.
Would this be a holy artifact?
Oh my god, Justice! Justice!
What's wrong with you?
Justice, he who would
He's
pun,
abusing.
he who would pun would pick a pocket.
And Koh dies again?
So many times.
I tossed the onyx ball at Koh for him as a catch.
You need to spend some time in timeout. In Dusk.
So Lavellus grounds herself and then unwraps and takes the orb from Orin and unwraps it and touches it and holds it in her ruby arm. The solid black polished onyx transforms and it starts to appear to be a crystal sphere filled with black smoke. And through the smoke, you see actually somebody that looks a face armored, red. It looks a little bit like Blood Drinker Finn. Definitely a hobgoblin. And you hear a voice that comes from the orb, and it's got this kind of like a metallic echo to it. And it says, "Why are you bothering me again? I told you. Wait! You are not Vryn."
Oh my god.
Oh my.
And I think that's where we'll end it.